Hello there, guys, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Spit Talk podcast. My name is Jan,
My name is Aaron.
And I'm Kyle.
and today we are finally talking about, for the fourth time in a row, but this time we're actually going to talk. We're talking about the
That's
movie
true.
itself. Spider-Man: No Way Home just came out a few days ago, and we're about to just jump in and talk about it. And I think we're gonna do a non-spoiler for like maybe 10, 15 minutes or so. We don't really know how to like talk about this without like just going diving right in, but we'll give our thoughts for a bit and then we'll just jump right in. How's that sound?
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
I just
okay with
wanted
it.
to jump spoiler, but sure, let's go talk for 10 minutes. So I'm
Well,
not trying
I
to
mean,
spoil
10 minutes, but maybe like 5. We'll try and do
we'll
5.
probably we'll
'cause-
do we'll try to last five then. That sounds good. Okay,
Okay.
so does anyone want to start? Well, we'll start with the bigger Marvel fan over here. Aaron, what did you think about the
oh,
movie?
dang, that's some grade A like freaking movie right there.
Grade A
In
movie.
my opinion, yeah, grade A movie. I wouldn't say that's my like official grade. If we're like rating it, but it has its moments. Man, I don't know. It's hard, but yeah, it does what it does, and I'm glad I was able to see it with the crowd, and it had a very Avengers Endgame Infinity War level kind of when you're watching it. So I'll give it that, and just it being Spider-Man is like big and stuff. So I don't know.
Okay. Well, Kyle, did you want to go or did you want me to
Yeah.
do it?
Wait. So, like, you guys both watched it like premiere night, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I didn't watch till like Saturday, and I was like really itching to like I was like because it was so hard to get tickets, and
Yeah.
then so I was like, all right, like I'll be fine like 2 days, but like those 2 days were kind of like grueling because like I had to stay away from Twitter, I had to stay away from Reddit, but
Mhm.
surprisingly, everyone was like pretty good about not spoiling it.
I wouldn't say that.
I mean,
No,
as far
I think
as
you're on the wrong media for that, dude. Like
okay,
TikTok
yeah,
went crazy, YouTube, like
no,
YouTube went
I'm only on,
crazy on
I'm
it.
literally only on Twitter and Reddit. So,
Okay, that makes
but yeah,
sense.
I was on Twitter and I was like, oh, no one's talking about it. Okay, this is cool. So, but yeah, like Aaron said, it's very top tier. Might be too early to say this, and it's kind of hard to analyze it, but probably the best Marvel movie up to date.
Ooh.
Kind of hard to say
Okay.
it against like Endgame, but like
Mm-hmm.
Endgame's in a different class. So
Right.
you know what I mean. So
Okay.
with that, overall the movie was fantastic. I definitely it's like one of those movies where I do want to watch it again,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just so fun to watch. Like it was just really fun to watch. Like you were always uh like hunched over your seat because like every like almost like every like sequence was just like there was so many like details that you just collect like oh my god like it was just like really fun to watch. So
Mm-hmm.
really hyped. It was definitely worth. It was a nice movie to end a year. So in terms of the
Definitely.
Marvel universe. So
Yeah.
and yeah. So what about you? What do you think?
Well, yeah, I think it was really good. I thought it was a spectacle. So there was a lot going on or going into it. There was a lot of like involvement in terms of like, yeah, like the same way we felt about Endgame and how, it's just a big spectacle and you expect like, since, this is like the first one that we've had in a while where I was in a packed theater from top to bottom and everyone was so into it. So it did add to the experience of the movie. And I really enjoyed that fact. The only thing I would say right now is that I'm so high on it that I don't want to say anything because I want to see it again and see how
Mm.
my thoughts solidify or if like I change my mind about certain things because right now I'm too high on it and I don't want to be like it's the best fucking Spider-Man movie ever and then I go back on it a couple of weeks later like oh
Yeah.
maybe not I'll go
I don't
back on
know.
that.
Like even like I tried to think of that too, and it's kind of hard like
It
to
is
not. It's kind of hard not to not think it's the best one.
exactly that's why I'm kind of
Well,
like
So
I need
yeah,
to watch it again just so
I
I can
did watch
yeah
it 3 times already.
yeah I
what
So,
know
already?
so yeah, three
Already?
times already.
Oh my god!
well
So I
yeah
might be
he's
watching it again one more time. But since
Jesus.
it kind of is like what Jan's saying, you do need to watch it.
Wait. So for the other two ones, did you also buy out the rows?
He brought up the road.
No, 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 no. That one I just want to like just sit down and watch. So I was
Okay.
lucky enough
Okay.
to watch with Roger. And I was
Nice.
able to watch it just by myself, so I can just experience what the other people's reactions were.
Uh-huh.
But in those times, and like what we said, we were comparing it to Endgame and Infinity War. Those two movies were actually the longest, next to like Eternals. I think Spider-Man: No Way Home comes in at like what 2 hours and 30 minutes, so it's around the same length time as those two
Two
movies.
hours and 38.
Yeah,
Yeah.
30 minutes. Yeah. So
Yeah.
what I can compare is like what you guys said is I enjoyed every moment from beginning to end. Like there was no lag. But when you compare it to Endgame, there's like that little lag section, in my opinion.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. Like there
yeah,
was like
so
like an hour and a half into it. You're just like, nothing's really happening right now. Like, where's the like? They're like trying to build it up, like with like this empty like storyline in a way.
mhm.
There was definitely like a gap in Endgame. So
Yeah,
Right.
so I liked how like this one had like a continuous ride. It felt like I guess in a sense like a roller coaster where it just kept going and
mhm.
it didn't and you didn't want it to stop basically. So I guess that's the best way I can put it in a non-spoiler area territory for now. But
Are we
yeah,
diving? Are we gonna divert into it now or?
No, hold on. Give
Okay,
give
okay,
it
okay, okay.
give it a
No,
few more
I'm
minutes.
just
Give it a
checking.
few more minutes, and I'll give some people that haven't watched it yet, just like or just a little bit of
Shout outs to
time.
the.
We need the
How,
views,
how,
people. Come on. They
how
can.
much views do we have right now?
We have Cream on the
Or,
chat. I mean, he watched it already. He's
so
probably
did you
dying to just
know
jump
he
in.
wanted to join us on like doing this
He
episode?
did. He did want to join us, but
Yeah,
unfortunately
and
he couldn't. So yeah.
I guess a question that popped up before we hit in that area, and hopefully, we can talk more deeper into it. Is like Edward. Edward actually like texted me the day I was, or the day after I was watching it, and he was like, "Yo, so," and I told Jan too, I was like, "So where do you rank this in your Spider-Man?" I was like, "Dude, I never really like ranked Spider-Man movies, so like this would be a good time to like rank it."
are
And
you
not
talking
now, but
about?
like where would you see it?
Yeah.
So I told him in
Well,
general sense, I'm
so
like, dude, this is totally like in my opinion, like top five worthy, possibly like top three.
are you talking about individual Spider-Man movies or like in terms of
probably
the?
all of it. I would say.
Yeah,
Um,
like it all of them entirely as
Yeah,
a
all of
separate
them.
movie. Okay,
Like
okay,
anything that has Spider-Man titled as a movie.
Well,
okay.
you can't beat. Well, for me, I'm still putting Spider-Man 2 up top. I'm that's definite. That's not. I'm not even gonna like bother trying to change that or like make a case for it.
uh,
Spider-Man 2 is number one, but this one could be a close second with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. It's
Yeah.
like
Okay.
neck and
Yeah.
neck for me right
That's
now.
that's up there for me. Like Into the
Yeah.
Spider Verse is up there. That's like for me, like set a very interesting bar that made
Mhm.
me pay attention to it more as opposed uh because it came out at a time when we're older and the older Spider-Mans, I wasn't like, it came out when we were kids, so I was more into the spectacle rather than the story. So I liked how Spider-Verse played on like there's like a big story of like anyone can wear the mask and the important event that happened and blah blah blah. But yeah, so Into the Spider Verse is up there for me, and I'm still in between which Toby Maguire one I like between. So I'm in a one or two in a sense,
Oh, okay.
and you'll see why.
Either way, it's Toby. So
I feel like you just spoiled it right there. I think we're just gonna jump right.
What are you talking about?
what we're talking about the movies, bro.
One and two?
All right, then I guess it's cat's out of the bag. We're gonna do spoilers soon. We're gonna just jump into spoilers right now. Hey, Spider-Man love interest ranking, huh? Uh, well, Zendaya was dead last for a while. I'll tell you that. But
Oh, that's a good
recent,
question. I think I'm a Gwen Stacy fan.
Yeah.
yeah, I think Stacey's top. I'm not even gonna lie about it. Just because of their chemistry and
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The dynamic.
it didn't, it kind of helped that they did date for a while, and they're actually, I think all of them dated for a while. Like, didn't they? Or
I
Yeah,
know.
Toby and
Toby and
I don't know.
Kirsten Dunst, I feel like they
really?
did date for a while.
Oh,
The landlord's daughter.
Jay.
Would you like
Jay
a
Gray.
piece of chocolate cake?
Stupid. Did you
Can I
guys
have some milk?
watch it before you guys like watch No Way Home?
No,
Like
I just replayed it in my head. That's how
Oh.
much. No, I was kidding.
Whoa.
That's how embedded in my head Spider-Man 2 is. I'm not. I'm
Mm.
just kidding. I watched recaps. I didn't really like. I didn't have time to like go through the whole series in
Mm.
general. But let's just dive right in before we
All
say
right,
anything else.
where do we start though? Because like, there's
You
so
can
much to
start
talk
it.
about. To be
We
honest.
can start from the very beginning and then just work
Okay.
our way to the end. How's that? So that we
Okay.
can have a full picture of what's going on. I don't know exactly how it started anymore. Uh,
It
Who?
started like
Yeah, so
with
you would
the
have a better
ending
idea.
of Spider-Man, the ending of Far From Home when the reveal happened.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah.
I can say from that experience, that's kind of like for those that rode the Incredicoaster, it was like a quick start to the movie already, because I would say 15 minutes in, we already got our first big reveal. And
Mhm.
I know Louis pretty psyched
Oh
about that
yeah.
reveal. So
Oh, you're talking about that reveal. Okay. Yeah.
you can spoil it if you
You
want
can
to
spoil.
now.
I mean,
Yeah,
Matt Murdock being in
yeah.
the thing, Daredevil. That was
That was very
insane.
cool.
That was really cool. You know, the confirmation that yeah, he's back. He's really back in the MCU again, and he's here to stay. I guess. I hope. Apparently,
He's on the
it's
big
just
screen. I'm pretty sure he's gonna stay.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no. See, I don't know if like we're not making a big enough deal about it because this is the first Netflix person
Yep.
that popped up
Hmm.
in a big
Yeah.
screen. You know what I mean?
So yeah, that's what's
Yeah.
cool about it. Like everything that Marvel set out is it's a lot of like right now, like WandaVision, Hawkeye, it's movie to TV, but this is the
Yeah.
other way around where it's TV to movie, which was
Hmm.
Yeah,
pretty crazy.
And
And
Daredevil like ended like a while back ago too.
It
So
was yeah, probably a
yeah.
it
couple
was a
years
while back, and
already.
for him to come
Mm.
back like in this fashion, it's like, what do they have next? You know?
Yeah, I'm
Hmm.
hoping he stays. I'm hoping he stays and he's doing more things with MCU, and we'll just see where it goes because it was just a cameo. It was it was just like a throwaway cameo. I feel like you could have thrown any other lawyer in there, but just the fact that it was Charlie Cox as Daredevil, just for the fans, and confirmation that he's there, and Kevin, it's like Kevin Feige is listening. Like, yeah, I know we know you want him back, so here,
Hmm.
and
Here's the continuity you guys wanted.
so that was perfect. That was really good. But let's go back. Let's talk about the story a little bit first, and how Peter's kind of down in the not down in the dumps, but he was like he came to like a dilemma with how this whole thing is just kind of weighing down on him, and how the only the only solution for him was to to wish,
Mess it up some more.
yeah, I guess mess it up some more. I saw a meme where someone was like, he couldn't just wish for people to forget that
Mysterio to
Mysterio
go.
said that shit.
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
It ruined the entirety of Phase 4. It's like logically he
Exactly.
could have just did this
He
and
could have
nothing would
just
have
said
ever
that.
happened.
I don't know, but it
Uh,
is what it is. It's the movie.
yeah.
But it wasn't. It is the thing that like that makes Spider-Man Spider-Man is like he's always getting shit on him. Like he's always like having to make decisions even though it doesn't benefit him in total, and it really got solidified here, and now it's starting to become, just from that alone, it was starting to become more and more like the Spider-Man I did know and grow up with, as a because for the longest time in the MCU he was just like a Tony Stark fanboy kind of thing. I don't know, for me. And
Yeah.
I talked about it a lot with people, and the
Hmm.
fact that I said the fact that they're heading there in that direction, it really makes me happy. So um
So like,
yeah.
to speak on that, because like his whole like persona, like with his previous movies and this one actually, like, I kind of got pissed off, like the way he was acting, even though like I already knew where this was gonna go. But like it genuinely like kind of like, it's like, why is he like doing and saying all of these things? And it like goes back to like how his character as Spider-Man is compared to like the other ones. Um, it kind of like helped with like getting through the whole movie and understanding like the whole process, because like towards the end it's kind of like you look at him in a different light too after.
Mhm.
So
He does,
Well,
yeah.
yeah, because this is during his time in high school, and if you noticed, like watching back the Tobey Maguires and the Andrew Garfields, we usually catch them at the later half of their high school career. So with Tom Holland, we actually see him go through high school, and most of the stories are like a coming of age story of him,
Mhm.
like taking on the role of Spider-Man. But even though he takes on that role of a Spider-Man, is he really a Spider-Man because he still has those teenage tendencies that
Yeah.
like and Jan mentioned it too earlier of like how he was kind of piggybacked most of the ride because he had that Stark technology. And in this one, like what you said too, was like you really do see that change of light in him at the end of the movie because all of that is taken away when you see that happen.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's forced to grow up in a way, and I think that was my favorite part about it. Because Doctor they do, you know, like that scene where Doctor Strange was kind of questioning like, why the hell did you not think about this? What the hell am I doing? Or
It's like,
why are you doing?
why didn't you
Exactly.
call them?
Exactly. Like he pulls back. He pulls back on that. And he's like, you know what? Sometimes I forget you're just a kid,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that, you know, and that's kind of like it. Like, yeah, like you do get that. Yeah, he's just a high school kid. He's obviously gonna make some dumb mistakes. He's obviously gonna not know everything right away or how to handle things. And you know, this kind of this I would say out of the trilogy, this is the one that tested him the most as a character. And I really dug that fact. I really dug the fact that, like, you know, he like I said, he basically became like selfless in the end. And he became the Peter Parker that I knew and loved from the comics. And he finally got rid of the tech. I mean, I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but he got rid of the tech. He's back to like just sewing his own costume. And yeah, I'm jumping ahead. We're jumping ahead. But did you guys want to jump on anything else like right away, or did you want to like just go?
Let me see. So it was that his, and then um him and Doctor Strange kind of got into like the whole mix up.
Mhm.
They had like their little thing, and then he was doing his spider thing, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then towards the middle of the movie was when we got the big reveals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, long story short, for those who watched the movie, um, the spell that Doctor Strange was trying to create was to like everyone that knew Spider-Man should, what was it in?
Oh
Oh
yeah.
my
See,
god, sorry.
I have one problem with that. I have one
Go
problem with
ahead.
that thing.
What?
I mean, do you want me? I can bring it up now, I
No, go
guess.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. So you know how like everyone that knew Peter Parker was Spider Man got sent to that universe or whatever. So
Yeah.
what about Venom? And
Oh, yeah,
do you
go
know
ahead,
what I'm
go ahead.
talking about? Like, how
Yeah, go
come?
No,
ahead.
but
Venom
What?
and who else?
I forgot who else I'm
Or is it
talking.
just Venom?
Is it just
was it
Venom?
Jasmine?
Probably just Venom then.
No, but then wasn't
Uh,
Venom in? Are you the end credit?
There's
I mean,
something like
are you gonna miss? How do you stitch the end credit? Because I feel like
yes.
I'm stitching the
Oh.
end credit how it's supposed to be.
No, but the
no,
question is the
I'm just talking about the
spell.
reason. Yeah, the
Yeah, the
reasoning of the
spell
spell.
was to the why original spell was that everyone forget who Spider-Man was, right? But
Yeah.
the what he did and messed it up was everyone that knew Spider-Man would come to his Earth, right?
Everyone that
But
Yeah.
knew Spider Man
yeah,
was Peter Parker would be
yeah,
jumping into that Earth. Because if you noticed, a, well, yeah, a lot of them. Actually, no, because even Electro did
Oh,
Electro find out that
no.
I don't remember him finding out if Peter Parker
No.
was
Okay.
Spider Man.
So it was also weird because like every time they showed up, they're like, "Oh, we were doing something," and then like, boom, like we got teleported into the thing.
Hmm.
Remember? Because I think they were like all like at a point they were about to die, and
They
then
were
they
at a
got like
point
flashed, and
in
then they got
their
flashed into the universe like
yeah.
instantly.
So
So
in their respective movies, that's how they kind of, which I kind of liked. I like that aspect.
yeah.
mm.
Because you know
Well,
it,
to go
it's
back to the Venom,
go for it.
I'm
No,
Go for it.
yeah,
thinking,
Yeah.
I'm thinking
yeah.
because it's again the villains that knew. I'm going off of my knowledges. The villains that knew that Peter Parker was Spider-Man, right? That's why all of them were there connected because Peter Parker was Spider-Man.
Mhm.
You're right. Like, why is Venom there? Because Venom is like in a different universe, and like, why is it? But they're saying that like in the Venom trailer or in the Venom movie, he has like 80 million years of history in him, and the
Uh-huh.
only other Venom we know is the Tobey Maguire Venom. So that's
Uh-huh.
probably like the
Far,
situation
far
that they're
away.
going like, yeah. So like he has the memory of that Venom from Tobey Maguire, and that's
Uh,
why he got. I don't know. It's kind of like
it's kind of
yeah,
reaching,
it's a
but
reach. It's a reach, but that's
yeah.
why I'm like, I'll let it stick that for just to make it have reasoning for him coming to that universe.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
So
I guess the villains, what you guys were talking about of how like all of them coming in, and I guess what's your take on those the villains just coming in with like how they came in?
Did you want to go first, Kyle?
So yeah, for me, I mean, how they came in, I mean, aside from like the trailer part, I was surprised. Well, with the whole like when Sandman came in, that one was kind of a trip for me, just because like I really loved Sandman in the Tobey
Um,
Maguire Spider Mans.
mm,
Like I really liked him as a character and like his and the actor. So like when I saw him pop up and I was like, but he was in sand form and I was like, man, I really hope like I was like it's probably the same cast for all of them because it is.
yeah,
But when we finally got to see that it was him, I was like, it was just it was a lot of the reveals for the villains were like a nostalgia hit really. So um,
yeah.
that was there's no way around it. So like even it kind of sucks too because like for people that didn't grow up or didn't see them, it's kind of like it's not the same. But for you for everyone that's watching the Spider-Man and it's like knows the whole spectrum of Spider-Man, it definitely like encompassed like when they got revealed. So
Hmm. Yeah, definitely. I thought they did very well, especially Green Goblin. I could jump on Green Goblin for a while
oh,
and get, but
shout outs to William Dafoe though. Oh my god, his
Willem
acting.
fucking Dafoe, man.
The
Yeah,
no, but like for him to be Goblin in the Tobey Maguire universe, and then for him to be here,
and just
and it
jump
was kind
in.
of he just jumped in, and it was like no change, and like I kind of want to say it was better.
No,
I
I
kind of want
was
to
It
say it
gonna
was
say
is.
way
It
better.
it's
is.
way
It was
better.
way better. I was like,
It's
holy
more
shit!
sinister.
Like,
It's he was more sinister, and he was more
mhm.
scary because he was a little more unpredictable in terms of like where the hell was he gonna go with this and how
Yeah,
was he gonna handle stuff. But I can get into that for a little bit. But I do want to talk about Doc Ock as well because we did have this conversation about like yeah maybe he is turning good at the end, and I
yeah.
do like the fact that they kept it consistent with him. I love Alfred Molina being back. He's always been honestly the whole cast with these two. They've always been so good, and the fact that we got them back, yeah, like it is a very good nostalgia hit. But it's not hitting you over the head with like it's just like oh, it's just fan service. I mean, it is fan service, but it's
No,
used in a
It
way.
fits the story. Yeah.
they stitched it very well. To be
Mhm.
honest, they stitched everything very well. To where
Yeah,
like we were saying earlier, like each sequence, like you really had to pay attention because like each sequence actually mattered in terms of
exactly.
like either pulling from nostalgia or like moving forward with the plot.
Hmm.
They did it very carefully to where like nothing was kind of like questioned in between.
Hmm.
Right,
So
right.
I feel the same way too, because I don't know. I think I give a shout outs to like the writers and John Watts
mhm.
for putting in the
Hmm.
movie, because honestly Far From Home was kind of like my favorite one of the Tom Holland out of the two, so that when it did come out, because
Hmm.
of how he was able to connect Mysterio to Iron Man. And when he did that, of like, oh, what the heck, he used that kind of technology of like that mirror technology or something, like then using it as a like a weapon in Far From Home. That was like pretty cool to see that connection.
Mhm.
And you're right, the one with nostalgia of like those different parts and the way how they say different things, or the way how they acted in that way, like really stitched in well. It's like they did say in an interview that they did feel like it was just the same, like it was like riding a like getting on a bicycle again. It's the same but different in a way. And when they did say that in that interview, the villains, it was cool because it's true. Because when you do see them, it's seamless. Like
Yeah,
they're just back in their roles, like nothing changed. And Willem Dafoe, like you said, really went back to being that Green Goblin, and he is that sinister role. And I going back again to the first one, is like he did pose that question of like he wanted Spider-Man to team up with him, if you remember, like Green Goblin and Spider-Man being together, because they have this godlike figure, or like this godlike status of physical strength and mind and stuff. And it's crazy because when you do see that in that one scene when they're all in the room,
Mhm.
and like he says that question of like, we're gods take
Wu
I was
Take,
like,
yeah.
damn. I'm like,
Dude.
what? That's a
Dude,
crazy ass
that
line.
was a good line. That was
God, that
really a
was
good line.
that. I want to get into that scene a little
Oh
bit
wait,
actually.
hold on. Before you
But
mention
wait,
it,
yeah, go for it.
um, I just want to mention I got really sad when like the arm knocked over the Death Star Lego.
Lachey.
I just wanted to say
Of course, she would bring that up.
no, because it's funny because it got I thought they were gonna gloss over it, but then like later on, because remember when he was helping Electrode, and then Electrode's like, "Yo, were these your Legos?" And I was like, wow, I'm surprised they like continued on with like what
They
happened.
they even like acknowledge it in the first place.
Yeah,
You
they
mean?
acknowledged it, and
Yeah.
then I was
Okay.
like, oh, so oh yeah, sorry, I just wanted to
No, you're
interject that.
good. No, I just wanted to bring up because Dr. Derpy here. Thanks for watching, man. I don't know if you're still here, but thanks for watching. Yeah, it is. It was an homage to Stan. It is kind of sad that Stanley
He
wasn't
wasn't able to
here
see that. Yeah.
and able to see this because this is like,
His
oh my God,
baby.
this is everything that
Yeah.
that he's worked towards, and it's really sad.
Did you
that
know
he's-
like that's how he started his like Marvel career?
pretty much? I
Like,
think
yeah, he could have been fired if he
could
wasn't
have been.
like, yeah, if he didn't take a risk of just like, I'm gonna just make this my last one, Spider-Man, and it just shot up from there. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
so-
Yeah, it's really sad. But he's up there, and hopefully he's enjoying the fact that we're talking about this right now, and the fact that let's get. I just want to go back to that scene again because that was a really really good scene where, we're kind of jumping around, but like the fact that like when his spider sense, the first time that we've ever seen it in that way, where the sound was just sucked out.
Mhm.
And you don't know what is going on. Like he doesn't even know what's going on. He's just trying to figure it out on his own. Like I'm feeling it, but I just don't know where to pinpoint it right now. And when he finally does it to Goblin and he gives that whole speech, I'm like, oh my God, this is so good, dude. Like I've never seen this before. It's so crazy. Like the fact that they used it in that way, and then just Willem Dafoe just adding on to it. I'm gonna praise that guy like until the end of this video because he did really fucking good, dude. I swear to God, like he did, like he was way better here, because like Spider-Man, like the first Raimi trilogy, it's a little cheesy now if you look back on it, but now he's in this world and he was so menacing and he's just like really sadistic and
it's like the age played on with the sinisterness.
it did.
Like it was like a really well aged like sinister like vibe.
It did, yeah. And it was crazy. Did you guys want to like just jump on the whole thing with
thoughts on Aunt May?
Oh yeah, okay. Aaron, did you want
to? I really did enjoy that Aunt May. Yeah, we are jumping around, but I really did enjoy Aunt May being, I guess, the focal point. Because it did give us a lot of, for those that played Spider-Man on the PS4, it did give us a vibe like that. I remember telling Kramer in the theaters, like, yo, it's freaking Spider-Man, the video game. When you do see that scene and we see her say the very lines that we're all hearing, with great power comes great responsibility. I don't know. It just hit very different as opposed to the Uncle Ben's. And I liked it just because we're used to seeing Aunt May be Peter Parker / Spider-Man's guiding, like the guiding voice, or the wise man, the Obi-Wan, the Yoda to Peter Parker. And when you take that away from him, like he literally has no guiding hand. Like Tony Stark is gone, Happy like barely helps, and the only one is Aunt May. And when you take away Aunt May, is like what is who is Spider-Man now? So I thought that was like crazy to see that happen.
Yeah, that's interesting you say that because in terms of like how they flipped like majority of this, because like like the usual like Uncle Ben story, it's like, oh, this is why I'm like this because Uncle Ben, like whatever who killed Uncle Ben, right, in like the first two, but with this one they kind of flipped it to Aunt May's position especially, and it was kind of his Uncle Ben story, but you were more attached because like you got to see Aunt May throughout the movies. You know what I mean? As opposed to like in the previous one, it's like all you see is just Uncle Ben getting killed, and then that's the baseline, right? And like unless you didn't know the comics, like he just got robbed and killed, right? But here it's kind of like you grew up with Aunt May, and then we were like, oh shit. So and then it definitely played an impact into like his coming of age and his to like his like uh his coming to sense of like not being a kid anymore and like actually thinking about things that he's gonna do.
Yeah, I would argue it worked a lot better here, only
Mhm.
for the moment that it was brought on. And the fact that you realize like, holy shit, this is probably gonna be like. I felt like you did see it coming a little bit. They kind of played with you, like, oh, she's probably not gonna die, but then she did die. So it's like, yeah. So we like the fact that like they flipped the switch and made Aunt May the whole the role of Uncle Ben in this one. It worked a lot
Mhm.
because just in the situation that they were in, and Peter was already about to give up. He was like, I can't do this anymore. This is literally like I just want him to go back. Just let him go back. Forget it. And he's like kind of snaps him out of it, like, hey, like get your shit together. You have this
Oh yeah.
ability with you.
It's
She
also funny
literally,
too because like the whole like oh I'm just gonna press the box and they're gonna be back. Like at any point during that whole entire thing, you know what I mean?
yeah, you could
Like
have done
it
that.
could have
Yeah,
happened. They could have
yeah,
happened any other time. And then even MJ was kind of like teetering on it too.
hmm
So
yeah.
but yeah.
Crane
So
pipes in. He said, "You got a taste of the death of Aunt May in the first Spider-Man game, but seeing it in the movie just hit way too." Yeah, it
mm,
did. It hit a little hard.
yeah. So
I don't know. It's kind of sad too because this was literally her first big, great moment in the fucking series.
Mm.
Like she was just there a little kind of in the for the last couple of movies. She had a few moments here and there, but the fact that this was her big moment, and this was the fact that like it actually hit you today, like this one actually hits you, and then you're like,
no, it hit you because
oh
like
no, yeah.
it hits you because it goes back to like the goblin's dialogue of like, hey, you need to get rid of that moral shit. Like
The moral
your
compass.
morality is
Yeah.
your weakness.
hmm
Yeah, like that whole exchange was just made everything like so much deeper. So
Yeah. Okay, so Krame's chiming in when she picked up that rag. I honestly thought she was gonna go to Peter and like wipe him down, even after getting slammed by Goblin's glider. Yeah, that's totally
But
Aunt May. I
it's
guess.
it's it's crazy too because that Aunt May scene, I would say you do see it coming because the way how she acted. I was telling Kramer about this too. It's like you knew she was going to die by the way she was shivering. Like
Yeah.
that
Mhm.
oh
that
yeah,
was super
it
spot
was
on.
like
I was
out of
like, what
it
the
was like out of shock, right? Yeah, it was basically
yeah,
out of
I'm
shock.
like, and like I wouldn't say I have seen people like that do that, but like when they do shiver, that's like a big sign that they're like traumatic or it's like something traumatic happened and it hurts to see that.
Mhm. Dr. Derpy, sorry, I missed your comment. Props to Tom's acting and dealing with the death of. Yep, yeah, that dude. He was really good in this one. Tom
Oh
Holland,
yeah.
he was really getting up there in terms of like being one of the better, like the best actors out. He's kind of on the level of Timothy Chalamet in a way, where he's like, dude, he could be Oscar caliber if you just like give him the chance. Like I feel like he could be there. And
Man, just
speaking
give
of,
him Bonds. You give
Oh,
him
give
James
him
speaking
Bond,
of
no,
man.
no, he's too young
Just
for me.
kidding.
Not right now. We're not
He's
gonna
our
get into
age.
that
We're talking
again.
about
not yet,
We're
not
not
yet,
gonna
not
get
yet.
into that again.
Give him like maybe 7 more years, and
No,
then I'll
I say
consider
give
it.
him 20 years. Like just let him age
20.
up a bit,
Just
dude.
let
Make
him
him
actually age.
a 40-year-old James Bond, dude. Come on.
He'll be the second Bond after the new Bond. He'll be the Bond after the Bond.
No, he'll be the third Bond after the Bond
Mm.
that's coming.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
But speaking of other characters, shout outs to J.K. Simmons too, by the way.
Yeah, J.K. Simmons was
Yeah,
great. He's always good.
he's just always good. So I just wanted like his role of just kind of being the sideline reporter kind of thing and always kind of being there and seeing him kind of like throughout the movies kind of thing. His role is pretty good. So
Yeah, but like honestly, like the way like the one that really
no one
deserves
else.
it. No, the one that really deserves an Oscar for this, like in general, is Andrew Garfield for lying the whole time to people, saying that he wasn't in the movie, and then like
Well,
the
wasn't there only like I feel like I saw like online there was only like 2 like interviews
no,
where
there
like
was a
he was
lot.
trying to there was a lot. Okay,
There
I
was a
just saw
There's
like
a
lot.
2.
whole compilation video
There's a
of
whole
him lying.
compilation video of him lying, and like the fact that like he was asked on Fallon, he was asked on 2 separate interviews on Good Morning America, I think.
Morning,
Like
yeah.
there was a bunch of like interviews with him, and everyone was like, like,
And
so
literally
just can you just
promoting his
confirm?
Tick Tick Boom, yeah.
Yeah, he was just promoting Tick Tick
Yeah.
Boom, but everyone was like so interested, like, so you're in this new Spider-Man, right? And I mean, he stuck to his guns, but we already knew you were in it, and yeah, we're just
Oh
gonna
yeah, it
jump
was
in.
like if you didn't think they were not gonna be in it, like what universe were you in?
I would have been pissed. I already told you this. I would have been so pissed if like
What if
we
it?
ended the movie. Oh, you can't do this to me.
What if it was
You know how much I've sacrificed.
what if it was like the animated versions coming out? Like
Nah,
it's
that
some
would
like it's like some
that would
Toon
have been
Squad,
whack. That would
that
have been so
Space
Uh,
Jam
whack.
stuff. No,
oh
just
oh,
kidding.
shout outs to Ned's Lola though.
Let's
That
Lola,
was a great
dude.
dude.
Yeah.
That was a great scene. That was like legitimately
We were
like
the
so
only
funny.
ones laughing in that scene. Everyone wasn't laughing until like Ned explains it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
For people that don't know, because we're Filipino, so we were able to understand the
They
Lola.
had like a Tagalog sequence.
And
But like for
we
those who
were like
understood, it was
laughing
kind of
our
like
yeah, we
legitimately
were
funny.
laughing our ass off because we knew what the hell they were saying,
Yeah,
and then or what she was saying, and then everyone laughs right after, and we were just like, dude, I don't know, it was really hilarious.
yeah.
Um,
It's nice that like Marvel does like all these like cultural um
representation, yeah, it's great.
representations through like comedy. Just because like it's just really nice.
Yeah,
It's
it was
nothing
cool
forced.
here.
It's nothing like it wasn't forced at all too. It just kind of popped up and just interjected, and I was like you knew it was gonna happen. Like you just got revealed that like
Hmm.
Uh, Andrew Garfield came out of the portal, right? And then like
Hmm.
you go into this sequence of like comedy, and it's like whoa, like that's crazy. Like just watching it, just like it was so fun.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
your thoughts on Krame's attitude, and for me, it felt kind of misplaced in a way. When you do see those two big reveals, with that whole Lola scene and stuff, because when I said that, I was like, why does it feel like their reveal wasn't as big in my head? Like
Hmm.
I was expecting in my like some like Avengers Endgame where they come at the way end. Uh, because the way how they placed it, it was after, it was like just straight up after Aunt May. And I'll give this to Crane. Crane did say that it was like literally minutes after Aunt May died. So I was like, we couldn't even like be sad for Aunt
Awesome.
May for a bit. It was just like, boom, let's go get revealed with Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. What's your thoughts? Or did you I know later on, like watching it like two more other times, it made sense to put them right there because you needed those two to become the teacher, or
Hmm.
teach Tom Holland like why this happened in order to become Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So I guess my
would
thoughts
you
on
feel that?
that, like I don't know if it's like Marvel was. It's kind of hard to like pinpoint it because like you're either like playing into like the crowd's like mentality of like, oh, we already know they're gonna come, as opposed to just going in blind when them showing up kind of thing. Whereas like it's almost like they teased that they were gonna be in it just so they can build around this, just to have like a bigger impact uh in the later run, if that makes
Right.
sense.
Oh, that Crane just mentioned what you just said, Aaron. Thoughts on the transition from Aunt May's death to the reveal.
It was kind
Yeah.
of yeah. So like if I kind of just start real quick.
Like initial reaction, like what'd you think?
Initial
Because
reaction.
I learned I it made sense after I watched it like twice. I'm like, okay, it makes sense, but like initially, what did you think?
For me, I would say I thought it was good. I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
Only be okay. There's a couple of reasons why. One of the reasons why is because holy shit, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are gonna be in it for much longer than I
Yeah.
thought it would be in it for.
Okay.
And
Okay.
because like at first, yeah, we probably thought it was gonna be some kind of end game or be like, this probably show up in the
Yeah.
end, but that would have just been fan service. They wouldn't have had a role in the movie at all, and they wouldn't have had like an impact on this Peter Parker. And I think it was placed okay. Yeah, it could have been a bigger spectacle, but it's just the fact alone that okay. Can we talk about Ned first? Like, where the hell
Oh
did he
yeah,
pull
yeah.
that magic stuff out of his ass? Like, he just all of a sudden
The
started
Lola,
knowing how
dude,
to.
the Lola said he had magic, bro. Like the
That's
Lola
not,
said he had magic. Like
dude. Doctor Strange took forever. Remember, he had to be fucking forced to like get out. Like, what was
yeah,
he in Everest? He was in Mount Everest. Like, he was forced to
yeah.
like come back and stuff. That's the only reason he could learn. And then Ned just pulls it out of his ass. Like, I'm gonna. Where's Peter Parker? Well,
Yeah.
anyways, yeah, no, I
So
thought it was fine. I thought it was nice
I
the
thought
way
it
that
was
it was
fine
revealed.
because like yeah, going off with what Jan said, like I thought it was fine because of how they ended that scene. Because like they brought both of them in and they're like, yeah, Spider-Man needs our help, and then they had that whole like grieving sequence, right?
Hmm.
Which like kind of rounds about like the whole process. Because I guess in the audience's view, like the movie wasn't supposed to be about the reveal of all three Spider-Mans working together. It's still about Tom Holland Spider-Man,
It is. Yeah.
Mm,
right?
Hmm.
So like
mhm.
that whole like death sequence just to have like the big reveal of the two other Spider-Mans, like I think it was okay. Like I think it was how to say this?
Well executed.
Well
Or
executed. Yeah, it was well
Hmm.
executed
okay.
from my
Yeah.
point of view. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say the same. I thought like it was fine where it was revealed, and the fact that like dude, my theater was cheering the hell out of this one. I didn't even catch on that it was Andrew Garfield at first right away because you know how he was far away.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I was like, holy shit, they're already cheering. I was like, holy shit, it might be Andrew. And then like when he jumped in, and then like it's the suit from Amazing Spider-Man. You're like, holy fuck, it's happening, dude. Let's go, baby. And then and I think you weren't sure at first, and then like, but you
Yeah,
already
you weren't
knew
sure
once
until
once he took it off. I was like, yep, it's Andrew.
the,
And man,
it was his height. The height threw away. The height threw it off.
the height, why? It
Like
was
when he
too.
came out of the portal, I was like, that's too tall of a Spider-Man. That's Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, yeah,
oh yeah, yeah.
he's a tall cat,
Yeah,
that guy. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know, man. Andrew gets a lot of shit, but he's a really good Spider-Man, and I'm glad that he got to like kind of um what's it like like what's the word I'm looking for? He got to kind of like redeem himself
Redeem.
a little bit. Yeah, there we go. He redeemed
Okay.
himself a little bit in terms of like his perception
His
of how.
character, yeah.
Yeah, because this is gonna be the last thing people remember him as
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man. It won't be Amazing Spider-Man 2 anymore. They're just gonna remember him as this. And I like the fact that he jumps on and says something about kind of what happened to him when
Mm-hmm.
Gwen died, and how he went
Mhm.
into a dark place where he started pulling punches. And like, what
Yeah.
does that mean? Like, can we learn more about this? Like, fuck,
Yeah.
show me in a fucking movie, dude.
So
Like, did you kill
like
people?
yes,
Like, what's going on here? I don't know, but I really
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was beautiful what you said of like how it transitioned from, Aunt May's death to we do see the big reveal of the two Spider-Men. Then it went into this section where we see all the Spider-Men meet slash they're working together to fix the problem. So
Yeah.
that section was very important because like you said, we do see what happened, a conclusion or like what they're doing with both Spider-Man that we grew up with. Like
Yeah.
literally the end of Spider-Man 3, we're like, dude, do they end up together? Mary Jane
Mhm.
and like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man? Like
But no, it's
and
still
like,
complicated.
yeah, exactly. So I
Up
was
to
like, what
now.
that just something like that is beautiful to see because like as a kid you always wonder like what happened to them after like,
Hmm.
like what happened after that rhino scene, after, like, or I guess when he pulled him out, I don't know where exactly. It could
Mhm.
be after Gwen Stacy died or, like after the rhino scene. Or no, he did mention the rhino scene at the fight, right? So,
No, because he said something about like he went into a dark place. He still hasn't gotten over it, and he started pulling his
oh,
punches
okay.
off the overall. So I'm feeling like I feel like they just present time. That's when they got pulled in a way. Because look at even
Mm,
Toby. Toby aged up, and he's the wiser Spider-Man, and you could tell.
I
And he's just
fuck I fucking love Toby in this one.
I
I
love Toby in
loved
this.
him. I loved him
Yeah.
so much.
Hmm. He was the like the
He
bumbling
was the
guy. He's
dad.
the
He
same. He
was
was the
the
same.
dad.
He was the same for the most part, and just the fact that he was like, he was kind of, I don't know if he was showing off, but he was like, "Huh, you can't do that, huh?" When he was like showing
yeah, yeah.
his
Yeah.
organic web, I was like, "Oh my god, this guy, dude, he's
I,
so good."
yeah. So going back to that whole, like their conversations, like from there to the fight, it's like it's beautiful to see because, like you said, it was fan service of how, like, like, oh, my back is hurting, or like I'm like, hey, what's the craziest fight you've ever done? Like, oh, the
Hmm.
aliens, and like
Yeah.
I'm lame, and all those
Hmm.
different things, like. it was just beautiful to see that because as fans we had those same questions like why does this Toby have no spy or like have spider webs coming out of their his wrist and the other two have like webs. Like it's crazy to see all of that.
And then like
But yeah,
they ask him too. He's like so like how, like that whole like it's like
Does-
so does it come out of anywhere else? Like how do you make it? He's like it's like breathing, and I was like, that's a good explanation.
that is a pretty like it just like
Yeah.
I don't breathe, it just happens kind of thing.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
I think
Um,
my favorite lines from the whole conversation was the web block scene. I was like, you ever had like any web blocks? I'm like,
Dude.
and he went like his eyes went up. I was like, yes, actually.
yeah.
Then he's like, oh, existential crisis.
Existential
And I'm like,
crisis
yeah,
kinda
yeah.
thing.
I'm like, I had that too.
hmm
I was like, I thought that line was cool. And for some reason, I enjoyed Andrew Garfield more in this because of like how he like, you know, he compared himself to the other two of like, I'm like, oh, I had an alien one time. And he's like, oh, I had an alien in space. And that whole conversation, I was like, oh yeah, I just had a rhino. Like I'm lame. It kind of
Yeah.
gave me like a very, you know, brotherly vibes. Like I'm you know, like I'm a middle child, so I thought like Andrew Garfield was giving like middle child vibes in my head.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, for
I
some
can see,
reason I was
I can
like,
see it.
yo,
Yeah.
what the heck?
You're amazing, man. Go
Yeah,
back.
no,
Can
but
you
like,
say it for me?
dude, and no, it goes back to Toby. Toby's like, he's like, hey, like, don't be like that. Like, you know, like you're an amazing, like you're amazing.
We're like,
Like,
can we just go back to that lame part again? Like,
yeah. He like tried to like call him out of it. So yeah, it was so
Ah,
fun.
yeah, like Cream
Um,
said, good guy Toby. Good guy Toby. Man, that's insane. I yeah, I mean, he was a little lanky, but dude, it comes with time. I mean, it's he's fucking like 40 some now, and I'm just happy to have him back in general as this character.
So
And yeah,
what'd you think of I know we talked about this like last time, like with Edward. Like, what'd you think about the guy in the park that got the Reddit? Remember the one we talked about? We
What?
talked about the Reddit post.
whoever that guy
Some
was.
context behind it was on Reddit, Edward said like this random guy at like Central Park, like or Central yeah
Whatever,
yeah
yeah,
like
some
yeah the
park in
park
New
right
York. Yeah.
in New York, the big one.
Central
But anyways,
Park.
he saw Toby Maguire and asked him like, "Hey, are you in the new Spider-Man?" And
Yeah.
Toby Maguire said, "Yeah, I'm in the new Spider-Man." So he decided to post it on
Yeah.
Reddit.
No one
So
believed
that
him.
man was the very first man to know that he was in the movie.
Oh man.
That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Then I guess going after that, like that whole conversation with you know, the Spider-Man, and we do see that infamous meme of like hey, which one are you talking to? Like that one was pretty
like
cool.
Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3, Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2. Who like
Yeah.
who's two,
I
who's
felt like
three?
they
I was
did
like, I
that
thought
scene
I was
more
two.
in the lab. I thought.
Yeah, I was talking about the lab
Yeah,
scene. The
The
lab,
lab
like,
scene,
hey,
right?
Peter, like, oh, like which
which
one?
one?
We're all Peter Park.
Peter
Yeah.
Parker. I mean, you're still Peter Parker, man. Like, well, and then yeah, that was cool. That was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then going into the fight, we do see Doctor Strange. I know we haven't talked much about Doctor Strange in this movie, but he did. For me, I liked how he wasn't very prominent in the movie, but you do see, like you do see him, and it wasn't very prominent, and I'm glad to see that because I felt like what different compared to the first Spider-Man of Homecoming was like Iron Man did play a bigger role in a sense, in my opinion, like how he had a bigger presence while Doctor Strange was kind of doing the spell, then finishing the spell. Like he wasn't there as much. I don't know. That's just how I felt with
Right. No.
Doctor Strange.
Well. For me, like I think they were kind of in the same boat where they were just there to kind of like lend a hand in his story arc in a way. My
What I
problems
mean,
with Tony Stark and
yeah, with Tony Stark, wouldn't it be kind of like a passing of the torch?
no, for me, my problem with Tony Stark didn't really stem from the Spider-Man movie itself. It stemmed from the over reliance on him in the MCU overall. Not just that movie, because in that movie he was used pretty okay for me. Like he held, or he had a role in like helping shape Peter as a character. It's just that in this one, it did challenge him a little more because he was kind of like saying, yeah, we need to close up, dude. Like this is gonna mess up the universe. But Peter, being the good guy that he is, he's like, no, I want to save these people first. I mean, we could do that every way, but like if I could save them and like change them, then that would have a bigger impact on these people, or then with the villains in general. And I thought that was cool because yeah, like I said, it was able to challenge Peter in a way because he's never gone against like that, where you're kind of on both opposing minds. Where with Iron Man, it's like you were kind of on Iron Man's side, like, yeah, dude, grow up, come on, like, what the fuck are you
Mm.
doing?
Yeah,
But
that's okay. I see that.
yeah, but in this one, it's like you see Doctor Strange's point, but in this one, you're like, yeah, you kind of know what Peter's like
Stands
where
for
his
yeah.
head's at. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it was cool to see that. I really like that. I like Doctor Strange's role in this one too. And oh, okay. So before I jump in, so you know how you're talking about like they did a pretty good job of not spoiling stuff. Yeah. So one of the spoilers I saw on YouTube, or a clip, like a thumbnail, was evil Doctor Strange. It was evil's Doctor Strange on a YouTube thumbnail, and it made me think like, holy fuck! So is it gonna be evil Doctor Strange the whole fucking time? That's why he was so able, like so willing to just put the fucking spell on. Like he knows it's reckless, but he's like, yeah, I'll help you out, Peter, and do this shit, even though it's gonna fuck up the whole timeline and the multiverse and all that. You know,
I was
and
gonna, yeah, I was gonna ask you about that later on. So,
okay,
you wanna,
but yeah, I'm
you wanna
glad that
wrap
was just
up?
a trailer. I'm glad that was a trailer,
Okay,
and
so I guess how do you feel about a trailer like? Because you know how like normally
it's happened before. I mean,
Yeah.
which one with who?
they
I
did it
would
for
say
Captain
Ant-Man.
America.
Yeah, Ant-Man.
Captain
made a
America, the first Avenger, there was a trailer for
Was
the
it?
Avengers at the end.
Yeah.
Was it a
Was there
It
trailer
not?
was
for him?
him fighting the bag, like hitting the bag. Then it went
And
straight into
then
the trailer.
transition into yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know. This one felt like more of a trailer than
Well,
like
yeah,
the
because
other
it
one.
had nothing to do with apart from the fact that like yeah, Doctor Strange is in it. It had nothing else to do with the movie itself. So
Yeah.
yeah, I guess that was kind of different in its own right, but I
Okay.
thought it was
I was
cool.
just curious. Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't like how Spider-Man can beat Doctor Strange. Like during the scene where they're fighting. I'm gonna
Oh,
go back, but like the scene where they're fighting,
Math
there's
trumps everything.
geometry,
no,
baby.
no. I don't believe that. Like how like that's crazy. You can beat the source, or not the Sorcerer Supreme, but like you can beat him, and it's crazy, especially when the the astral form. I thought that was unbeatable. Like you've seen like a couple characters go into astral form, and the only one that can do it is Peter Parker.
Well,
I was
yeah,
like, well, I know the reason why. I know the
yeah.
reason why he was able to do it. It's because of his Spidey sense.
That's what I was gonna get
Yeah.
into. Like, I kind of thought it was cool. I don't know. I thought it was cool that like
No.
that it's
His
like
whole like hand thing.
his spider sense is like separate from his like I don't know, his fucking soul in a way that like it could think on its own. Like I don't know. I thought it was fucking cool. Blame geometry. Yeah, fuck geometry, dude. I fucking hated geometry, dude. God. But the fact that he
If you're
beat him
gonna
by geometry,
if you're gonna learn one math, it should be geometry.
like, see, if this isn't if this is a like, how people like high school kids hate geometry now. If this isn't a reason for you to keep learning and like actually dive into your studies, then I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, you could beat Doctor Strange, people. Come on, learn your geometry.
That's one thing you got out of that fight.
And then also,
Uh,
I don't know if you guys like missed it, but like one of the biggest scenes for me was when Andrew Garfield caught MJ. Like that
yeah,
tore
going
my
into the
heart.
fight, yeah. Now that we're going
Yeah.
into the fight, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
that
yeah.
tore my heart. Like I wanted to cry when he caught her.
Yeah.
Like,
everyone
the whole
kind of
conclusion. I was like, oh man, like that hit me so hard.
yeah, everyone kind of caught on that. Jan mentioned it to me, and yeah, I was already at the same thought process. Like, yeah, if they're in it, I'm pretty sure Andrew Garfield is gonna catch her. Like, you just know, just to redeem him from the Gwen
Just
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, and his reaction after when he
Oh
saved
yeah,
her. Oh my
yeah.
god, that really did hit me too.
That hit me hard.
I felt like that hit me more than the Aunt May scene in general, just because of the
Oh no,
context behind it.
100%.
Yeah, the context behind it is
It took a couple years to develop just to marinate into that one part.
How good is Andrew though, man? Andrew's he's really good in this. He was really good as Spider-Man in general. Wait, next time we see Toby and Andrew, it's got to be Secret Wars. I don't know, man. We'll see.
That would be
I,
crazy to see that.
it would be crazy, but I kind of feel like this was just like their last one, just for the fans. Like this is because they never really got an ending for those two. So
Garfield said he's willing to come back.
I would love
I
them
know,
to come
but
back.
dude, Garfield's
Like,
like what?
he's
He's
willing.
like 30. Isn't he like 38?
He's like almost 40, I think. Yeah, but
Almost
dude,
40.
He can
It's
do
like,
he
it.
looks fucking good
If
though.
Toby can do it, if he can get one in 6 years, then I think he can do it.
Look,
You
dude,
know?
Toby looks fucking good though for his age, man.
Yeah,
God damn.
see?
yeah.
And with the
Toby looks
technology
good.
that's out there,
Andrew Garfield looks good for his age. I mean, Andrew Garfield looks really
Yeah.
good for his age. He's almost 40.
Yeah, he's like
Dude,
38, I think.
I'm pretty sure he could pull off another 15 years. I don't know. I don't know about that, but I would love to see him back though. It's really cool seeing him back, and like to give him a proper Spider-Man movie, knowing how good he is in the role. Yeah, it would be crazy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, go ahead.
no, it's okay. One more thing. Like Jan did mention this, where he was like, "What if they put Toby and or not Toby? See, I keep saying Toby. Sorry, he's in my mind. Andrew. What if they put Andrew in the Venomverse instead of like connecting him to Tom Holland?" And I was like, you know what? That would match up because they're kind of in the same age range, and I always saw Eddie Brock and Peter Parker like kind of equals in a way. Like or opposites of each other in a way, and it would be weird. Like for me, it's a weird seeing like a kid Peter Parker with Eddie Brock, like a grown up Eddie Brock, because in my head or the way that I used to read it or watch it and stuff, they were all around the same age. And even if they weren't around the same age, it'd just be a couple years where Eddie Brock was in college or something, and he was a high school kid. Well, anyway, so
lazy.
All that post-credit violence scene just to bring the symbiote to MCU is kind of late. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
I would disagree. I just thought it was kind of a neat. I mean, I can see why it's lazy, but at the same time, I don't feel like how if they interjected him like in any other grand way, that it would have helped like the whole what do you call it? The Spider-Man universe itself. So I feel like the whole like just dropping that small symbiote in the end was like an easy way to kind of like separate, like, hey, we can still kind of have like Venom do his Venom things on the side, but then introduce Venom in another way in another Spider-Man movie. So and that's probably just I don't know, on top of like Marvel and Sony legalities of character rights and whatnot. So I feel like Marvel just needed that one drop of Venom to be like, all right, we're good.
That's all we need. We just need a drop.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. It was a little lazy in the fact that he's just there to have the symbiote be in that universe. But I'm kind of glad that they did do it that way because I do want the Tom Hardy thing separate from everything else.
Yeah,
anyways.
yeah, that's what I said.
So it's like, whatever, it's fine. I'll take it. Sorry, Aaron, we cut you off earlier. What were you about to say?
I was just gonna go back to the fight. Of like how, because we're already like near the end of the movie based off how we're talking and stuff. So I liked how again they the dialogue between them, especially when we do get that amazing Spider-Man shot when they're all like going down and like swinging, and you see like Tom Holland like fucking swinging both of them. That was pretty badass. But what came before that was beautiful to see, of how I've never worked in a team before. That was like I was like, what the heck? That was freaking cool to say a shout out to. Like I never worked on a team before, and they had their own dialogue and stuff. And
what is that?
Yeah, like that Tom Holland. Like I've worked on the Avengers and stuff. Like what's that? And
are you in a band?
Yeah, so I think that I just like that idea that they all come from different experience, but the one tying the first two Spider-Man is like they never really had anyone beside them like helping them. It was usually those two and probably like Mary Jane or Gwen Stacy like on the side, but most of the work or heavy lifting is those two. So and you do see that in the fight because at first they weren't working as a team, but as soon as you see them like have a set plan and they dive down and do that thing, like that whole situation starts to come together. And it brings us to, or to me, my favorite part about the movie is and it was teased in Far From Home was his Peter Tingle, and it was funny because in Far From Home they kept calling it the Peter Tingle, and in this one they didn't even call it Spidey sense. They kept calling it the Tingle. Like, do you guys get the Tingle?
Yeah, listen to your
So
tingle.
yeah, so I loved how that Tingle became the story arc. We talked about how Doctor Strange we talked about how Spider-Man was able to beat Doctor Strange in his astral form because of the Tingle. He caught Green Goblin, turning into Green Goblin because of his Tingle. So I loved how the Tingle. I kept saying Tingle, but I loved how it just became like its own thing. Like
Oh
it
yeah.
became the
Say it one more time.
connecting. No, the connecting part of the whole movie. But I don't know. I just thought, for those that are watching, I thought that was like pretty cool to see how that happened.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's pretty interesting. Now that you mention it, just like going back and be like, oh yeah, like it was definitely a huge part. And like with what you said about like, a big part of this movie was a lot of like good character development for Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
No,
Like
yeah,
he's like he's like charged right now to like
exactly.
explode into like
Mhm.
any movie he's gonna about to go to.
Mhm.
Like it's just
Yeah.
gonna be a different movie now.
Yeah.
Every time you're gonna see him.
Like I
So,
said, yeah, like the fact that those two were there to elevate Tom Holland's Spider-Man, or like everything was literally around him, was great. And that's kind of what I think a lot of people were concerned about. Like, is it just gonna they're just gonna be there to be there, But the fact that it played into Tom Holland's arc, and you know, putting him up in a way, it was really great to see. And yeah, I don't like saying tingle,
Hey,
but we'll,
they just
we'll
kept
go with
calling.
it. They kept calling
They
it
just kept
tingle.
calling it Tingle in the movie.
Not gonna lie, I was not excited about Morbius, but after No Way Home, I had to check Morbius out. What you guys think? I'm still not as excited for Morbius, and I'm
I'm
a
on
little
the
confused.
level where it's kind of like in the Venom area, where I don't know where it's at exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
Because
just
I
excited.
remember in
I'm
the
just
first
excited.
Morbius trailer. Yeah, go ahead.
Mhm.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I just remember on the first Morbius trailer, you do see Sam Raimi Spider-Man. So
I think
I'm
that was just
confused.
that was a drawing, right? Like the drawing of
Yeah, but
Sam Raimi's Spider-Man.
it was weird to put it there.
No, yeah, and then freaking Michael Keaton's there as the Vulture. So I was like, so where the hell does this
Yeah,
universe
see,
take place?
so
Yeah, and he's referencing Venom, even though Venom's not in that universe. So it's kind of
Mhm.
like, what the fuck is going on, dude? I don't know where this thing takes place, but I guess I'll watch it. We're obviously gonna end up watching it anyways, but I'm not as excited for it as I'm still not as excited for it even after No Way Home. But that's just me. What about you, Kyle?
Jared Leto's in it. I'm gonna watch it.
The Jared Leto fanboy over here.
Yeah. The range, man. And now that he's in, he's like, yeah,
Hey, so
gotta give him the tools.
little fun fact: when we were coming up with topics to talk about, one of Kyle's suggestion was like, why Jared Leto is an underrated Joker. I was like, okay, I want you to hear. I want you to like make a case for it. Go, because like, I don't know. We'll see.
It's more so preference after that. So
Mm.
it's just preferences. It's preference out of novelty. So
Yeah, true. I mean, dude,
So
yeah, we could have gone
any
a lot
thoughts?
more.
Yeah. Any thoughts on the ending? Just to wrap things up.
There's still a lot to talk about.
Oh,
Man.
yeah,
Like, I don't
there
want
is
to. I
still
don't
a lot.
want to say
We can go another
like
2 hours, to be honest.
We can go another hour if you want. Are you guys cool with going another hour? I don't mind. I mean, we're kind of early here. Anyways,
Yeah.
No Way Home is awesome, and I hope we see less joking Spidey and more gritty and serious Spider-Man from here on out. I would
I feel like
say,
we're gonna say that. We're going to see that
yeah,
based
maybe,
on the ending, like how John Watts portrayed it. I don't want to skip over the fight, but I guess my answer to it was to that comment is there's that realization when they're in that donut scene or the donut shop of like how he's able to grow up, and it looks like a very serious thing. And like when he's in his apartment, I was expecting to see the rent guy. Like, where's rent? The rent guy.
Mr.
But
Ditkovich.
yeah, so I was expecting to see him, but anyways, in that scene, that whole room scene, like it was very dramatic in a way where I can take Spider-Man seriously with like how he is and what he's going through and like his tribulations and all that other stuff. So I hope it's based on that last scene. I do want to see that like seriousness with any upcoming Spider-Man after that, if Tom Holland is still playing Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm sure he's still playing Spider-Man now. But for me, like, it's not even about the fact that he's less joking. I think it's just more about the fact that he's more grown up now, which is what I wanted. Less kiddie of a Spider-Man, and more sure about himself in a way, and more adult. Like he could still be joking around because like the Spider-Man from PS4, it's kind of a perfect representation of like what I see Peter Parker as, like, or what I remember him as, in reading comics and such. So if it was in that same vein, where his story is pretty serious, and just the character himself is more grown up, not as kiddie, but he's still joking around doing his Spider-Man thing, then that would be fine. Then that would be great for me. Actually, it's not necessarily about the making Spider-Man himself more gritty and serious, because like I felt like that's what they try to do with Amazing Spider-Man, but and it just ended up derailing in its own head, and they just went back and forth with it. So yeah, I don't know. That Spidey suit at the very end was classic comic book Spidey suit, and I dig that. Yep.
Yeah,
it was
There,
really good.
there were so many suits. There was too many suits to count.
Too
Too
yeah.
many.
I'm just glad it's not Stark Tech anymore. That was like my
That's your biggest gripe, dude.
My first text to Aaron is like, "Fucking no more Stark Tech, baby." Because like I just want Spider-Man to be like just Spider-Man. He has all these abilities and shit. You don't need to rely on tech, man. Like just do your thing, bro. You could have like the eyes and whatnot, but you don't have to have like your own Jarvis and like whatever. Or I don't know. That's just me. Do you guys want to jump back and talk about the fight or anything?
I do want to talk about the fight because that was a very
Aaron's been
important
itching about the fight.
Aaron's been itching about the fight.
No, not really. It's just like I don't want to skip over any part of this movie.
Oh, we're gonna skip. We're gonna end up skipping something because there's a lot of things to talk about. But we'll go.
So we're gonna do a part 2. No, just kidding.
No.
We could.
We can go a little more. It doesn't matter. Like we won't put a cap on this. It might be our longest episode, but we don't care because it's a big movie. So go ahead, Aaron. Talk about the.
I do want to just put it on you, like I guess your thoughts on the fight, because I like the fight in general because we do see a very Batman-esque of like because I'm being serious because like
I didn't bring it up today.
I'm just saying like he did say I want to kill him, so I was like, dude, that's very
the vengeance.
Yeah,
the very vengeance.
The vengeance of them,
and I think the fight in general was a very strong fight. Like every shot that Spider-Man was doing was a knockout shot or a knockout blow or a kill shot.
Yeah, dude.
So I gotta give props to that because I think in interviews, I think Willem Dafoe wanted to do the physical aspect of it. Like he's like, oh, I don't want to just be the voice. I want to do the physical roles. And I heard in some interviews like yeah, we were pretty tired, Tom Holland and Willem Dafoe whenever we were doing those things. So props to Willem Dafoe for like taking on that challenge for his age and making that thing happen.
I fucking love Willem Dafoe. I'm gonna say it one more time. Willem the fucking foe, dude.
Aaron, if you haven't seen it, I was telling Jen earlier. The new trailer came out for the North. Was it
Northman?
The Northman. Go check out the trailer. And the cast.
Okay.
So it's the director from The Witch.
The Lighthouse, The Witch.
The Lighthouse. It's a little Nordic trailer. So if you want to check that out.
So what you guys think? Okay, I'm gonna jump back on Willem Dafoe in a bit, but I just want to address M's comment here. So what you guys think when we're gonna see Tom Spidey next time? My guess is Fantastic Four as a cameo. I don't know, because I think I feel like they don't know what to do with him yet. Like legally, like I think they ended it in a way where you could keep him in the MCU, but at the same time you could just take him out because no one even remembers Peter Parker anymore. So I feel like they don't really know where to go yet. You know what I mean? because of that whole
That's
drama,
imagine like 10 years later, you're like, where the fuck's the next Spider-Man movie? Like, they're like, oh
dude.
yeah, remember everyone forgot,
It's
so like,
That whole
dude, it's
drama with
honestly in their
yeah,
ball game right now. Like
it could be
by
any
the
yeah, it could.
trajectory right now,
Mhm.
dude, it's in their ball game. Like MC or not MCU's ball game, but Sony's ball game. If they want to continue with like being in the MCU, it's like their choice. Like it's in their hands. Like if they want to extend, because I know like Tom Holland, like he signed up for this movie was like his last contract.
I
So
think yeah, probably yeah.
so if they want to do like everyone's saying they should do the like a college trilogy. Like if they want to do that, Sony can like literally have the or like just do it, if they want.
Yeah, I think they could. Or I think it would benefit them to keep it in the MCU just because of the partnership and how well it's done. But my only thing is, yeah, I want them to keep it in the MCU, but I want to like reboot him a little bit, just because this is finally the Spider-Man that I know and love, and I don't want to go back to like Stark Tech Spider-Man and like just like relying on the Avengers kind of thing. I just want him to be on his own, and I kind of want Mary Jane Watson. Just make her MJ Watson's like fucking cousin or something. I don't know. Just put her in there somehow, but like make it the actual characters from the comics, Mary Jane, and actually have a Harry Osborn be Timothy Chalamet. Just fucking put him in there. I don't give a fuck, dude. Just make it. I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna go back to Willem Dafoe a little bit so that we could just get on it. That fight scene in the beginning actually is actually much. I liked it a little more than the ending one, just because of his mind games with Peter.
The
Like
one in the apartment.
the apartment. Yeah, he was like fucking with him the
Yeah.
whole time. He's like, all this, you can't even fucking do anything because you have all the power, but you're too weak to do anything about with it or whatever.
Yeah.
That was fucking good, dude. Like I said, like this Green Goblin, I swear to God, it's like the perfect fucking culmination of everything that we know about him. But it just ended up being like he elevated himself more just because of, I don't know, fucking Willem Dafoe's age, like his acting range now, and like just the fact that he got to do more in this fucking movie. But
I
it ended
think
up, it was
go
really
ahead.
good.
You're right, because to me that was this whole movie was like the icing on the cake on why Green Goblin is Spider-Man's arch nemesis, of
His
like how
Joker,
he's
yeah.
like basically it's like how he's able to like you put Peter in a state where he has to question things. It's like if someone can do that to you, like he deserves to be like your arch nemesis, or like that like and other than that, the power behind him is crazy. Like you saw that freaking Bautista bomb down 4 floors. Come on, man.
It wasn't a Batista bomb. He didn't sit down with him, bro. That's just the power. That's just the power.
Okay, a power bomb. Power bomb.
Graham says, seeing that fight scene, I totally forgot how strong he was. Yep. Maybe because it's been a while since I've seen him, but holy crap, he was strong. I think it was always his glider and bombs that stuck with me, but I forgot he was also strong. Yep.
True.
Dude,
All good points. Like he's not just grenades and a glider. Like there is some strength behind him.
Yeah, remember his muscles thickened in that scene in Oscorp? I don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, man. I don't know. We could go back to like, because I like the fact that when he turned back into Norman and he was at Feast and you were like, holy shit, where are we going with this? This is crazy. And I liked I just liked the whole thing where you weren't sure when he was gonna come back, if Norman was even gonna stay, and that whole waiting game, like holy fuck, when's Goblin coming? Like, and you're kind of scared for it in a way. I really like that. I feel like we're glossing over a little bit, like Electro. We didn't even touch up on Electro really.
No,
like,
I was gonna bring it out the way end. Like, let's talk about the villains first. Like other, but yeah, Green Goblin really was a very big highlight, in this movie. Watching it and stuff.
Yeah, Ned's a wizard. Can this be something they might dive into in the future? Before we go back, yeah, can we address that? Aaron, do you know anything about Ned?
I don't know, honestly, but I heard Ned can be like Hobgoblin, but I don't know anything about Hobgoblin other than
that's what I heard too. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's to my knowledge.
Hmm.
Like I said, like anything past phase 3 is a cap to my knowledge right now. Like I'm done. I graduated with a bachelor's in MCU phase 3.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I mean
just
Flash.
I know. Yeah. Did you catch Flash Thompson's book? Yep, Flashpoint. Was it Flashpoint? Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it was
Flashpoint.
Flashpoint.
I mean,
It was painstakingly obvious it was Flashpoint.
Flashpoint. Yeah, that was funny. I mean, I,
Yeah.
honestly, I would have like. Didn't he had like an idea where he's like, I want the next Spider-Man movie to start with Flash getting a Spider-Man tattoo, just as they reveal that Peter Parker was Spider-Man or
Legit.
something. That would have been funny as hell. That would have been funny as hell.
Uh,
And then like him realizing it's Peter. Um, yeah.
Hey, but
Anyways,
if he was Hobgoblin though, I can see it.
I'm go. Yeah.
100%. Like
Wait,
I'm down with it.
wait, talking about Ned?
No, not Ned. Or not Ned.
No, because
Sorry.
Ned becomes
Ned's
Hobgoblin.
supposed to
Ned's
be Hobgoblin. Like,
supposed
why
to-
would because why would they have him say that whole dialogue between
villain.
Andrew, like, I will never be a
Never
villain
be a
to
villain?
you. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll never betray you. I'm like, why
Mhm.
put that in when
Yeah, apart from that, that's
kind
all
of
I
like
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
And and he's like kind of in the comics he was kind of destined to be Hobgoblin. So like
Wow, can I just point out we have 6 viewers. Thank you for watching, people. All right, people want to talk about Spider-Man. Keep it going. Let's
the
go.
algorithm's going.
Hell yeah, dude. 6 people. That's like so little for people, but that's a lot for us.
That's 6 times more than our regular viewership.
Fuck yeah, it is, dude.
and YouTube better not be watching it. Then it'd be 4.
Dan's
I am
definitely
one of-
one.
I'm one of them,
See?
definitely. So I guess
There's a couple
5.
names out in the comments that are commenting that.
Well, to be fair, when we talk about 6 times, the one person that is watching is me the whole time, anyway.
So thank you, Jan, for
Thank
watching
you.
always.
But-
For always being.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what happened? Did we lose?
Oh, you're there. It's just your
Video.
camera's frozen.
Oh, am I frozen right now?
Oh, you're good
Oh,
now.
no, you're good. You're good.
Okay,
Yes,
cool.
Cream. I saw something about Flash possibly becoming Agent Venom. That is probably where they're gonna go. I'm thinking. If they do the symbiote, whatever.
I thought that when they first announced the Tom Hardy film, that's what they were gonna go with. The
Oh,
whole
Agent
Venom
Venom.
thing. Yeah,
Hmm.
just because. But I don't know. Flash that specific Flash looks kind of weird to me.
Hey,
as Agent.
you never
Well, he needs to
know,
grow.
man.
You never know. Yeah. Well, okay. We can just
So Electrode.
So Electro. Okay, one more thing. This whole trilogy is just Spidey origin, and I like that. Yeah, in a way,
Yes.
because it kind of goes back on it.
Agree.
It kind of goes back.
Yes.
Yep. That's what Aaron kind of said. He's like, he's basically the PS4 Spider-Man now. I was like, yeah, and I kind of fucking dig that, dude. And I fucking dig that. Okay, one more time. This Flash is nerdier than Peter and Ned combined. Yeah, I guess I would guess. So. I would think so. Yeah, dude. The Flash from like the Amazing Spider-Man was that guy's really underrated. I think. I mean, you watched the Amazing Spider-Man
Yeah.
recently, right? Do you remember that scene where not Aunt May, Uncle Ben died, and he was gonna come up to him and kind of console him about it?
Yeah.
He wasn't being a dick. Like he was just literally
Yeah.
kind of concerned, like, "Hey man, I know your uncle died. I'm sorry." But then like, even when Peter like was about to like kick his ass, he was just like, "Dude, I know it feels good, right? Like being like this, I know, like it hurts, like
Mhm.
And he was kind of understanding. I was like, "Holy shit, they're adding a whole different layer to fucking Flash in this movie. That's crazy to me, dude." That Flash
Yeah.
is so underrated, like to me. And
I think they're just he's just on the basketball scene. Like, come on, Parker.
I'm
That's
present. Let's go.
That's his only moment to shine. The basketball scene.
Yeah. So Electro.
No, we'll go Electro then. We'll go Electro then. We'll finish off with the ending.
comments kept rolling. The comments kept going back
Yeah.
and forth.
And
Like,
I
we
love
had
it.
to
Thank
address
you.
it.
Thank you for commenting, people. Thank you. Anyways,
Now they're gonna comment.
Or let's
more
just
and
talk about
we're
just the
not-
villains in general. So I know we
Okay.
kind of touched up on Dr. Octopus. We can go back if we need to, but yeah, Electro. Any thoughts on the Electro? Like of him
Jamie
not being
Foxx.
blue or just in general.
I feel
I
like
liked
Jamie
how he
Foxx.
was very like I just liked how he was very like villain.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say I liked how he was
Yeah.
very blue.
No.
Yeah, I feel like Jamie Foxx played a way better like villain in this movie. And I guess granted it's kind of like he's like, "Ooh, I like this power." And like that like
Yeah.
filled him up and you just like instantly understood and he like
Mhm.
he fed into the role. And then towards the ending like when he got defeated and stuff and Andrew Garfield was like, "Hey man, like Max, like, like he's like, "Oh yeah, like yeah, I thought you were helping a bunch of kids in Queens. And I thought you were a Black Spider-Man." Kind of
Yeah, how's
thing.
about that
Well,
tease
it
though,
was
right?
yeah, it was a tease too, but also like it played into like his villainy of like he's like he played a really good villain up until the end, even at the end, it's kind of like he was still like based.
Yeah.
Mm.
I thought
So
Yeah.
like they did like I feel like Jamie Foxx kind of went ahead and said like if I'm gonna come back, can I just do my own thing? I don't want to redo what I
yeah,
did with the Amazing
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
Which I
pretty
feel
sure
like
that's what happened. Yeah.
he
But
definitely
yeah.
redeemed himself in a way, I guess.
It worked.
So
It worked out though. I thought it was okay. I thought it was fine because, like, it's not as jarring as I thought it was gonna be. Where it's like it's the same Electro, but like you have a totally different attitude about you, a totally different look, a totally different everything. Like, but
yeah,
it
well,
kind of
because
worked.
it was the 2020 Electra, like the power. The power is just
It's
different,
Yeah, like
it's a
the power
variant.
gave
Yeah,
him
yeah,
hair and
yeah,
everything, and it made him like
Yeah.
yeah.
buff
It's
and
just
give
the
him actual
universe is
body.
different here. The
I
universe is
guess,
different
yeah.
here. So that's probably the reason why he's that
Vulture,
way. Yeah.
Vulture, Shocker, Mysterio, Scorpion, Venom, Mister Negative. Gotta be Tom Spidey, Sinister Six. Huh. Okay. Yeah, bro. If they bring Mister Negative, yeah, that would be kind of crazy. Mister
Yeah,
Negative
they
would be
did bring
cool.
up Feast. That's why I was like,
Yeah, they brought up
yo.
Feast,
Or
but
like
does he
ever
tie
since the
into?
second one, yeah.
I'm not really familiar with Mister Negative in the comics, just from the games. Does he tie into Feast at all in the comics, or is he just like?
I'm
I
not even
think if they
familiar
do,
at
it'll be pretty
all.
cool.
It would be pretty cool. I mean, if this is like that would be cool. Shocker. I mean, Mysterio, Scorpion. If it's the same people, I don't know, like the same actors, because these people didn't really shine to me. I feel like they would need more. Like Vulture. Vulture can be in it. I would say. Anyways,
Mhm.
Jamie Foxx.
I think the other two get lost in the film. So Lizard gets lost, and Sandman felt like he just didn't want to be there.
Yeah,
Like he's like, I just want to go home. I was
he
like,
just wanted
okay,
to go. He was definitely just
yeah.
wanting to go home. I like
So
that
But he
though.
was
Yeah,
he was like that in the Tobey Maguire ones. Like
yeah. It was
he was
pretty
a little bit more
consistent.
caring. He was pretty consistent
Yeah,
because he's like I just want to go home because I have a daughter, and like that's all you ever like get from him. He's like, I
yeah.
have a daughter.
No, but at first, even he was even helping. Like, hey, Peter, what's going on, man? You need help? Like,
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
helping Peter until he was mistrusting of him because he was like, "What are you doing?" Like, he
He's like,
doesn't.
you're gonna
Like,
zap me? Like, what does that do? Like,
yeah, he
zap?
doesn't. He didn't know like at first like if he could trust him anymore. So that's kind of the only reason why he kind of turned on him. So it was pretty consistent with him. I like that too. I didn't realize or I didn't know if they were gonna show their faces. I thought they were just gonna be CG the whole fucking time. Sandman and the Lizard. I didn't. I don't know if they brought the actors back. That's why. So that's why I was like,
no, they didn't.
they did.
What the
No,
voice
Sandman
they
did
did.
it.
Lizard
they
did as well.
Sandman?
They did if you watch sorry to burst your bubble, guys, but you see the scene where he's like getting his arm. That's the same
Yeah.
scene from Spider-Man 3 when he's getting water on his arm.
Was he really? Was it really?
Yeah,
So
I'll show you the
really?
video later.
Really?
So it's the
What?
same
Really?
scene. Yeah, I
no
think they said
way, dude.
I think it's scheduling issues, but they did want to offer their voices, so you can double check on me for that.
But
That's
the
what
face-
I was
but the
told.
face
Like
is a lie. But the face is a lie.
The
the
more you
reveal.
know. What about the
if
lizard?
you think about it, they're both CGI'd most of the way.
I mean,
So
yeah.
if you know the scene where he's disappearing, like looking up and disappearing, that felt like the scene when he was on the way top when he saved Spider-Man and he was like that.
Oh my god, no way.
Watch it
man.
again.
I need to see it again.
I need to see like a side by side.
To be fair, this
Trust.
motherfucker watched it 3 times and we watched it the once, okay? So we haven't seen
I know, but
Yeah, I'm just saying, just
but
watch
to
it.
recall that specific thing and be like, like, hey, that was the same exact motion and thing
It
from like,
is.
you
It
know.
It's like
exact.
when they, you know how in Zack Snyder's Justice League they reused footage of Henry Cavill from Man of Steel.
Yeah, same thing. Just
But
like that.
that one was so obvious because you knew how Henry Cavill looked now compared to that scene, and you know that
Okay.
was from Man of Steel.
Then you want to
But
go pull up a video of him like with the water going on his arm, like, hey, do you remember that? There wasn't that in No Way Home when he was
I'll find.
getting.
I can try to find it for you if you want.
But
There's some YouTube video that's gonna expose it.
What
no,
you
for
think?
real.
Yeah,
That's what I thought they really came back. I was shouting like just like you guys when Kramer was like, "Oh shit, they brought them back." Then I got my bubble bursted when I found
that
out
is
it's
messed
CGI.
up.
But I'm
Oh,
glad they offered their voices. Hopefully, and if I watch again, I can see their names like pop up.
oh, I found it, you motherfucker! I found
Wait,
it.
really?
Hold on.
Wait,
I
link it.
told
Give
Link it.
me.
you.
I'm gonna pull it
Link
up.
it. I
Hold on.
want to
Give
link
me.
it.
No, I
Link
can
it.
put it up, man. We'll watch it right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh
thanks
my
to our
God.
sponsor, StreamYard. Okay, $25 a
Shut the
month.
fuck up.
You
dude.
get-
Hey, at least we got
M.
at least we got our logo now.
I want to address
We'll get into
M
the
first.
doctors.
Yeah,
You wanna?
we'll get into that. The
Yeah.
Doctor Strange two.
We just want to see
Teaser.
this clip real quick, and then we'll go.
Yeah,
to
good.
the
Just give us a
credits.
sec here. I just want to see
They
what
just want their
because this
bubbles
was
to be
some
bursted.
Yeah, I just want to be
fucking-
disappointed.
This is so messed up, yo. Dude, I was like, oh my god, they got him back too. Nice. You know, I was even
that was the whole vibe. That was
fucking
literally the whole
assholes.
vibe.
Oh my god, dude. Even what the fuck is his name? The Sandman guy or the lizard guy.
The lizard. Yep.
What the fuck, yo? That's fucked up.
Are you gonna play it or not?
Yeah, I'm gonna play it. Give me a second. It's uploading here.
Oh, you can't.
Alright.
Okay, shoot.
Okay, give me a sec. All right, can you guys see this? Oh god, this is kind of like foot. I'm not playing the
No,
whole
it's fine,
thing.
It's fine. It's fine.
No, I'm
Yeah,
not
it's
playing.
that scene.
Oh my god. Okay,
Hold on, is
See,
it playing?
I'm not gonna play it. No, it's kind of like it's the same exact scene.
it's the same scene, but
No,
it's
wait,
just.
is it? No, it's not.
Yes,
Go
it
back.
is, dude.
Look at his mouth.
Come on.
Look at his mouth. Look at his mouth and his eyes.
It's like you forget how good the CGI is here.
I mean, okay, yeah, true, but
Okay, I'm removing that.
Used to
I don't want to
believe
get copyright, but
oh,
that's fucked
really?
up, yo. They got
That's
me.
fucked up.
They got me,
Oh.
man.
Hey, he
I'm
watched
sorry,
it like 3 times.
guys.
But technically, he was back as the voice though. Then, right?
Yeah,
Mm.
I think
I'll
so.
take
That's
it.
what they're saying.
I'll take it, I guess. Yeah, whatever. Fucking hell, man. If you expect this came at a perfect time. If you expect disappointment,
Shout outs to Panda.
Panda.
Perfect
if you-
timing. Perfect timing.
Perfect timing. He literally just
Perfect
quoted
timing.
MJ here. If you expect disappointment, that you can never be. Oh my god.
Any thoughts
That
on
was-
MJ? Because I feel like we glossed over her.
We didn't even touch up on her. What do you mean gloss over? her? We could talk about MJ. Let's talk about MJ. Yeah. What did you think about MJ then, Aaron? Let's start with you.
Oh, sorry. We'll get to the Doctor Strange. Just
We will get to that.
Yeah,
I trust.
yeah,
we'll get to
into
that. We just want to touch up on other
we
things
don't want to
because
lose
we're
you
missing.
right now.
There's a lot of things to talk about. Okay, there's really a lot of things to talk
I
about.
think,
See?
yeah, MJ. I think MJ was good. I guess I don't know what else to say. She's very different compared to the other MJs. I did like the quote that she said. You know, like expect disappointment, then you'll never really feel disappointed and stuff. But yeah, I guess she's Zendaya. Sure.
I like just
It's like she did her part, but it's like it's just the part that she's played is like it doesn't have like that much impact.
I would
At
disagree.
the
a
way
little bit.
end,
Even though,
at the
like-
way end, it did help.
I would
Like,
disagree a
for,
little
like,
Oh,
bit.
okay, yeah. In the end, yeah. But
Okay, I'm trying to get over the fact that she's not actually MJ. She's Michelle Jones Watson. Okay.
legit.
Apart from that fact,
Uh.
I think she did pretty good in this one. I think her relationship with Peter in this one was actually way better, even though it wasn't really developed in general. Like,
Yeah.
so it's still hard to latch onto a little, just
Yeah,
because of
yeah,
the
yeah.
last two movies. It's like you weren't really buying into their relationship in the first place. But in this
still,
one, you
still not bought into it.
It,
Still not
yeah,
into
you
it.
still some might I get that, but I would at least say that their relationship here was a little more believable.
Okay.
And you know, it's Zendaya and I guess Tom Holland's chemistry together. I wouldn't know. I just think that yeah, it was she was pretty good and she had, you know, she played her role in this one. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there we go. We touched up on MJ.
Oh, last thing, like when he
Not
like came
lasting.
back towards, okay, not last thing,
Not last
but
thing.
like when he came back to like see her and try to find her, I was like low key, I'm like, are they gonna reveal Gwen? Like I really just wanted to get a glimpse of like him meeting Gwen,
I
just to
wanted
like
to see.
just to fucking flip everything. Like imagine.
No, I wanted to see MJ, like actual MJ, like, hey, it's my cousin Mary Jane.
Sheesh.
My cousin Mary
Uh,
Jane is here. I heard that. I don't know. What the fuck? I'm just
That
kidding.
shit. Now you're
Doctor
really
Strange.
stretching
Doctor
the truth.
Strange.
Doctor Strange. Okay, we'll get to Doctor Strange. Okay,
We'll get to it first. Let's. We gotta finish the ending. We didn't finish the
Okay,
ending
true,
yet.
true. I like Tom's Peter's realization in the end. Like, you know, like yeah, these guys are better off not knowing who I am. You know,
Mm,
when he saw the Band-Aid thing, that was really
yes.
that was crazy. That was really good. It kind of hit me in the feels a little bit,
Yes.
and yeah, I don't know. I really it was really satisfying that whole arc in the end, and you know, not even the fact that like yeah, he's back to just being Spider-Man. That just the fact that he's grown up and he you know that he's finally making decisions that you know. I'm just gonna say it again. That are more grown up now. I don't know. I don't really know what to say
Yeah.
or how to put it in words, but yeah, it's just really satisfying, man. I don't know what to say.
Yeah. It took me a while to understand that he didn't want them to know, or like you know how like he said like I'm gonna try and find you and we're gonna be together again. But
Yeah,
like when you did say that, like he did kind of say I'll see you again. So I thought they were gonna see each other, but it was kind of solidifying when he sees the Band-Aid and he's like, oh, I don't want them to be hurt again.
yeah,
So that was like just a beautiful scene, and that's what I mean by like, oh yeah, MJ, served her purpose in this movie, I guess, like till the very end, and like what Spider-Man really means to save others and whatnot. But I guess I guess after the fight and before that scene, I really liked that scene when they were all hugging. Sorry, I gotta put it back to
The
the Spider-Man
Spider-Mans?
all hugging. Yeah, the Spider-Man's all hugging
hold on,
only
sorry. Go, go.
because if oh yeah, sorry. I
No,
only
man.
because
Sorry.
it felt yeah, okay, no
No,
worries.
the video feed cut off for a bit, but go for it. Go for it.
Okay, sorry. So I did like when Tom Holland was hugging the other Spider-Man, just because it felt like a good passing of the torch. And you do see that I guess when Toby stops him from like stabbing Peter or stabbing Green Goblin.
How
Like I
fucked up
thought
was
that
that
scene was
scene, man?
beautiful.
How fucked up was
Did
that,
did
dude?
did you like the scene where like Toby needed his back cracked?
Hell yeah,
Yes. You brought-
So,
My
that
back.
was just funny. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, you want me to pop it? It's like, sure. It's like, and they're both in their Spidey suits. It's
just going like that the whole time. Yeah, that's funny.
yeah.
Um,
I don't know, but yeah, I guess just that whole passing of the torch thing and the whole realization like this has to be done, the whole magic of everyone has to forget Peter Parker in general, like just forget me. That whole thing like was again exclamation point to the whole story in general. And going on to the way end, I think the saddest part to me was seeing the GED book in his box. So that was super sad for me, the GED book.
we lost them.
Oh wait, sorry, Jan, you're getting cut off.
They'll come back. Oh, there you're good. You're good now.
Okay,
You're
what
good.
about now? I'm good.
Yeah, you're good.
Can you hear me?
Mhm.
Can you see me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know what's
Oh,
going on.
Oh,
you're good. You're good. You're good.
Ah, okay. Okay, cool. Anyways, geez,
What
I'm
else
still
is there to
kind of,
talk?
I'm still reeling about the whole Sandman thing. What the fuck, yo? That's fucked up, dude. This is a good point. what I'm wondering is, does he basically not exist anymore? Does he have an SS card? I don't know. I don't think so. What do you think? Like, I think like Peter Parker in general is just gone from the universe. It's kind of weird, but
Yeah,
like,
that's true. I
yeah,
had
Wouldn't
to.
he have to like restart his entire school career?
that's why he's getting his GED.
No, that's why he's getting his GED. That's why it's so sad. Like he
No,
didn't even
no, I
have
mean
a
no, but like
graduation.
even like no, just like his entirety of like schooling.
What, he's gonna
Like,
Billy
no.
Madison it or what? Like he's gonna...
No, he has all. What are you trying to say, Kyle?
He's gonna pull a
getting
Billy
intricate.
fucking Madison, dude. Spend 2 weeks in the first grade and then like move on up. The fuck.
It's like, wow, you're really smart. It's like, cool.
But yeah, that whole entire scene, I was kind of confused on what he wished for. When I first watched it, I thought it was the original one. Like everyone's gonna forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. But watching it again, he did say everyone's gonna forget who Peter Parker is. So that was the difference. I was like, so like what Kramer said, it's like, does he have anything? Yeah, I was
Yeah.
thinking that too, Kramer. Like, how about the Guardians and how about, like anyone off world, basically.
Well, wasn't it? Isn't that the reason why they? Isn't that why the reason he asked? Because like the worlds were like they were trying to enter that universe, so it had to be the entire universe.
Yeah, I would say it's the
Because that was the
Oh, it's
only way to
entire
close
universe.
it. Yeah.
Well,
that
no,
was the
I don't
only
know
way to
now.
close it.
No, what if it's just Earth? That's why.
No, what if it's just his universe? Is what he's trying to say.
Oh,
Because like for
Okay.
me, it's a way for Sony and Marvel to be like, we don't know where to go yet, so we're just gonna be like, this is their way of saying it's almost like a cop out because they don't know legally what to do yet. Like, are we still in a partnership? Are we still gonna do a movie together? We don't know. Like there's rumors and stuff right now, and I don't even know if that's for sure yet.
Sony,
But
just take that 20% cut. 20% is still a lot.
dude, Sony's getting less than Marvel is, actually.
No, yes.
Yeah,
because I think they're only getting.
So
Okay,
it's
never
kind
mind,
of
don't
fucked
quote
up.
me.
I wouldn't know. Yeah, don't quote me either. But I just know that Sony's getting less than what Marvel is because Marvel was getting, or Sony wasn't getting a cut of Marvel stuff, even though Spider-Man was in it. You know what I'm trying to say? And then Marvel is getting a lot of the cut for Spider-Man, the movies themselves, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought it was the other way around.
No, so like Sony didn't even get shit from like doing Endgame or having him in Infinity War and all that stuff.
Oh,
But
they get
you know-
they get the money from the Spider-Man movies.
but Marvel does, and Sony mostly.
I
yeah.
saw a stat where like No Coming Home was like third best opening.
No Way
behind
Home
Endgame and yeah,
already.
like
Goddamn.
already. It's
That's
insane. Like 238 million opening weekend.
60, bro. Holy shit.
Yeah, like it's kind of crazy because like
In the middle of a pandemic, yo.
yeah, exactly. In the middle of the pandemic, people are
That's
just
insane.
like, I'm gonna fucking go to the theaters because like, I wanna
Anything
watch
for
a fucking movie.
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
Imagine
Yeah.
if it came out when you were in South Africa.
He's
Like,
gonna
how are you gonna
pirate
do
it.
that? How are you gonna do that, Kyle?
You fucking
You know
pirate.
how
Like, I was just
I
kidding.
know a guy, guys.
I know a guy. Anyway, Doctor Strange 2. Let's-
Yeah, I guess that's probably
no,
the last
so-
part to talk about.
Yeah, that's probably the last part. So Doctor Strange, I mean, yeah, like we kind of brushed off it earlier, where like it was a full-fledged trailer. It was kind of seeing, the whole aspect of Doctor Strange, is his enemy is him kind of thing, and working with Scarlet Witch and him manipulating that kind of dark energy.
No, I
So-
thought like in the trailer they were asking him for help, kind of thing. Wasn't
Yeah,
it?
they were asking
Or-
him for help because the evil Doctor Strange was.
No, they were asking the evil Doctor Strange for help.
What?
Is it?
Isn't that
What?
what I gathered from it? I only watched it the one time. Aaron, can you like?
No, I
confirm?
Is it
didn't
with-
even watch I didn't even watch the end on the last two. I do need to watch
Okay.
it again. I guess,
I guess
that's
what I
my.
got from it. Yeah.
Oh,
So
No,
the current
I
Doctor
think-
Strange is the bad one, and they're asking the evil one to help them out.
that seems cool. I'll dig
That's
it,
just-
but
that's just
yeah.
weird.
I
'Cause feel like
just
they would
thought
be
it was
like-
gonna. I thought it was just gonna go as Doctor Strange versus evil Doctor Strange. Like it came
No,
to that point because if he can be the best of them, like what the the ancient ones, and if he can be the best of them, can he also be the worst of them? So I was like,
Yeah,
yeah.
might as well,
probably.
yeah, so might as well put them against each other.
No, because they kind
That's
of
how
touch
I
up
saw
on
it.
that. And what if did they not? I feel like.
Oh,
Yeah,
and then also,
I knew they kind of drew back from What If. So
and then it begs another question: is there an evil Iron Man? You know,
I'm pretty sure there is. I mean,
he's gonna come back. He's coming back. Evil Iron Man.
there's an
Like,
evil everyone, man. Like an evil everything for the most part.
yeah.
No, I don't know. I thought that I don't know if I saw it right. If I was fucking, it was
I
like
thought the
late at
dialogue
night.
was kind of like he's like the dialogue was like our biggest enemy is you, and then it was a cut to evil Doctor Strange.
No, it was like we need help. See, I don't remember anymore.
No,
Forget
it was
it.
like we need
Just watch it
no,
again.
yeah. Like
Could
it was towards
someone?
the
yeah,
end when
Does anyone remember? Please, like, please. Now's the time to comment, people. Come on, like, tell us. Was he fucking teaming up with him or what? I don't remember this.
no, they
Um,
were fighting Doctor Strange. It makes no sense to ask. I don't know. I just wouldn't
dude,
make
it's
sense in
called the
my head.
multiverse of madness. You don't know what's happening though. We don't know what's going on
I mean, yeah,
exactly.
true,
And
but
he
I mean,
asks,
yeah.
well, I guess where I stand right now, like if they go what Jan's saying, then fine. Like I'm up for it. If they go what we're saying, Kyle, like then I'm up for it. Because again, we're right. Trailers do kind of, you can stitch it
Butcher.
any way you want it, where it can like tailor towards the story or not tailor towards the story. So I don't know what to expect from it, but I'm glad just to know that I'm gonna see Scarlet Witch again.
it would be nuts if that back Doctor Strange is from the What If episode. Yeah, that's literally what. Yeah, I thought. I thought it was. Is it not? I feel like it is. That the one that's they're
But you
talking
got to
about.
remember, his world is gone. Like he's literally, if it's just that mansion is that little world, then
Then
sure,
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, what if that whole that
yeah. That I'm not
literally where
saying
he
no to
was?
it. I'm not saying
Yeah.
no. I'm just like, sure, let's do it. Then
Let's see. We're gonna have to see how it goes.
then we better see Uatu then.
Who the fuck is that?
The
Again?
Watcher. The
Oh, the
Watcher.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I totally blanked. Yeah. I mean, he's James Gordon now. See, there's my whole Batman spiel. I'm gonna fucking bring it up now since you brought it up earlier. Um, yeah. Is there anything else that we want to like bring up before we close out the stuff? I mean, we could go another hour. I feel like because we didn't touch up on a lot, but we are kind of running.
Yeah, we need
late.
to watch it 2 more times to
We
to
do
like
need to watch it
understand.
2 more times. So
Just
that
I
would
like
make
go
it.
again
we need
tonight.
a refuel.
You might go again tonight. Jeez, bro. How many times is that now?
Hey, how many times you watch Avengers? Kind of like the same feel. Like
I only watched
if
it
I
3 times.
Yeah, I only watched it like
dang,
3
then
times.
if you capped out on 3 on Avengers, I capped out on 5, so I gotta watch it 5. If it's
Jeez.
at that same level, might as well.
To be fair, I watched The Dark Knight like.
Oh,
Okay, see?
I thought that's what Aaron was gonna question, but he said Endgame, and I was like, because I thought it was like, oh, how many times did you watch Batman?
The Dark Knight, a lot of times.
Yeah.
I remember.
See, it makes sense.
Yeah.
If you
Well, I guess so. That's a different thing.
I
Is there
think
anything else?
I think one thing I do want to put out there is I did mention it did feel like Spider-Man the video game, but it
Yeah.
also grabbed a blueprint from Into the Spider-Verse. And I know I talked about it in the way beginning of like where does it stand? Where does this movie stand in our like top 10 of Spider-Man or how many Spider-Mans there are? But Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse is up there for me because it goes back to the drawing point of with great power comes great responsibility, the idea behind the death. Like those nods were all in this movie. And it's because of those nods why I liked No Way Home and
Mhm.
why I liked Into the Spider-Verse, because it's something Into the Spider-Verse, that's what I liked about it. Like anyone can wear the mask. It's because of those death scenes is why we're Spider-Man. And you do see that in here. What makes it better is because we're riding on nostalgia and we grew up with all these Spider-Man. So that's why it's fitting up in my like top 5 or possibly again my top 3 because of the nostalgia factor and the meaning behind of what with great power comes great responsibility. I guess that's how I would close it out.
Yeah, it was really hammered home in this movie. One more thing, news is recently they added a bunch of cameo and new appearances in Doctor Strange 2. I am telling you, we are getting an X-Men cameo. I don't know about X-Men popping up right away, but you know what? We don't know. I didn't know Daredevil was gonna pop up either way anyway. So it's like we could get that too. I wouldn't know anymore from this point on. This is the part of the MCU, like Aaron said, where it's like we should just stop speculating because we don't know anymore where we're going.
Marvel doesn't even know.
Marvel doesn't. Well, I'm pretty sure Kevin Feige
Kevin
knows,
Feige knows.
in
Kevin
terms of
Feige
like
knows.
Spider-Man, they probably don't know yet. They're still figuring it out. But yeah, is there anything else that we would like to touch up on? I do think that this is a
Are you
really
guys
good
watching The
movie.
Matrix this week? Question mark.
Yeah, but
course,
it'll
yeah.
probably be a
I was just curious.
yeah, it'll probably be a late one for me. So I don't know when I'm gonna be able to watch that. Maybe this weekend I'll find a way.
You don't have HBO Max?
I know, but why would you want to watch The Matrix,
Oh, I'm
in
just,
HBO
okay.
Max? You know what I mean? Come on, dude. I want to see Neo again.
Why watch 007 online? Just kidding.
I didn't bring it up.
That was after 2 fucking months, asshole. That was like a long time. from
Okay,
now.
okay, I'll give you
Down
that. I'll give you
streaming.
that.
If I had the option to still watch it in theaters, I would.
Okay. No, I'm a Matrix HBO Max. That's just my
What?
opinion. Yeah.
Because he spent too much money on the Spider-Man No Way Home,
no.
so he's like, he'll take a back burner. Like, we'll put it on the back burner. I'm just kidding.
Not really.
A little bit.
I need.
No, wait, no. You have
Matrix.
Regal Unlimited.
Matrix is more like you need to rewind and watch again because there's too much. It's like technical. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, we are like it's kind of like up in the air. I don't even know if this movie's gonna be good. The Matrix one, the new one, it looks good, definitely. I just don't know if it will be good. MCU is wild. We're dealing with multiverse, then dark magic, and soon we'll be dealing with cosmic threats, and we'll be dealing with vampires and shit soon. I don't fucking know what's going on. I mean, Aaron has a big ass TV too, so it's not a big difference. There's a big difference, dude. Come on, man. There's a big difference.
What do you say?
No, Crane was like, I mean, Aaron has a big ass TV too, so it's not a big difference. I would say it's a big difference for the atmosphere. Look, if you watch Spider-Man No Way Home on the big screen in that same fucking living room without the crowd, would you say it was the same experience? Come on. Don't tell me that.
If you were there, if you guys were there.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you over my IMAX Dolby Vision. So
Yeah.
with recliner seats and dine in. So sorry.
I would say my house would be a little bit better than I guess what we have here on Guam, like in a
theater
sense.
wise,
Because we just have regular stadium
you
theaters.
just need to delete or not delete, but like just get rid of your motion blur, please. Like that always fucks with me every time we watch.
Oh, you like that realism? That
No,
you
because
wanna
it's
be in that
kind of
level.
it gives it the telenovela effect. If you know what I'm trying to talking about. I'm telling you, it looks too. I don't know. I think I pulled this up.
Graham's inviting himself to your house.
Yeah, I guess you guys are watching Matrix. Have fun, fuckers. But anyways,
Yeah.
what the fuck was that? Anyways,
if there's,
Electro.
nothing else.
Oh, sure. Yeah, is that it? Did you
Yes,
guys want to rate it or no?
We could.
I mean,
Okay,
I'm not.
I have some time. We could rate it, and then we could. Do you want to rate it, or should we just
Because
rank it among the
maybe
Spider-Mans?
we're just on a nostalgia hype, or like what you said, we're on a high right now.
Well, I'm on a high right now. You watched it 4 times. You could solidify your thoughts right now if you want, but
Dude, I
don't
I
want-
can, but it's not fair if you guys can't. You know,
Okay,
so
so-
that's what I'm saying.
okay, we could
What's the
preface it
scale?
by
What's the
saying like
scale?
Last
How's it-
time we did a 1 through 10. The
Alright,
last
so we'll
movie
do like
review.
1 through 7 now. Because we always change it anyways.
what the fuck is
Why 1 through
7?
7? Like why 7?
No, I don't know.
Okay, so I guess the new rating would be
New
Would we
rating.
would
No,
we
because we
watch
always
it?
jump through new rating. It's like,
Would we
oh,
watch
like,
it? an IMAX Dolby Digital, or would we watch it in Aaron's living room?
What shade?
Oh yeah, that's a new tier in the
What are you
in the
trying to
rating.
say? Is
Aaron's
that like the
living room.
lowest of the low?
No, that's
Like
not the lowest.
watching
of
in
No,
my
it's
room?
not
No,
the
no, no.
lowest.
Okay,
It's not
no.
the lowest. It's just like it's probably above like Tango theaters.
So we'll
Whoa,
put it.
we're not,
whoa,
we're not
whoa,
saying
whoa.
that. I'm not saying that.
I didn't
I'm
say
not
that.
saying that.
I didn't say anything. So there's gonna
I wouldn't
be.
say that.
Well, I'm thinking of 3 so far. Sorry for just bear with us a little bit. We're kind of brainstorming here. So there's um, 3 so far, in terms of the criteria. One is the IMAX Dolby Digital, watching an IMAX Dolby Digital. One is watching an Aaron's big TV with the surround sound system. Another one is watch it on your phone during your breaks and intersplice throughout the day.
What shade?
And maybe another one is don't watch it.
Reading the script.
Fuck you, Graham. I think the low was Jan's place. Well, then why the fuck did I invite you?
Why, Graham?
You
Why?
motherfucker.
He's never gonna get featured
That's a
on the
low
show
blow.
again.
You're
You're
Graham.
not
know
coming
what?
back
Don't
on the
do
show at
it.
that point.
That's
Oh
messed
my
up,
God.
Graham.
Jan and Small. Hey, what's
Oh,
up, man? Where the
Jan's
fuck
here.
were you today?
Jan's here.
Jan's here.
Jan's actually M in disguise.
He was M the whole time. Multiverse of Madness live. Wait, what? Love and Thunder and Wakanda Forever. Movie you guys are most excited about? Okay, we can just take comments right now. Oh, you guys have time? We'll just chill for a bit.
I have time. Like,
I have a
it's
little
up
bit
to
of
you
time. I have a bit of time. Multiverse of Madness live. Sorry, I already said it. Okay, which one which one are you most excited about? Out of this 3 that he mentioned.
Multiverse.
I
like,
think
when it's gonna-
in that order already. 1, 2,
Yeah.
and 3.
I would flip Love and Thunder and Multiverse for me, just because.
Oh really?
Man, but have you
Mhm.
heard stories of Latita not being a part of it or something, or she's done with Marvel?
Lupita?
No, not Lupita. Black Panther's sister.
Oh, Letitia, right?
Letitia.
Letitia.
Yeah, I didn't
No
want to butcher her
way.
name, but yeah, she's. I heard news that she's like having conflicts with Marvel, so
No way.
that's
what?
that's probably a reason why. Man, sorry. Expect the disappointment, so you'll never get
Been getting
disappointed.
disappointed the entire
Yeah,
time.
man. I'm just letting you know. That's what I heard.
I don't know. I think the whole Chadwick situation, it's still so sad.
I mean, no,
I
did you
really
see? It was trending on Twitter. They're like recast Black Panther. Like people want,
I actually might be on the same boat. Only because we literally just got started with T'Challa as a character, and
can't just leave us there.
yeah, it's kind of like we're jumping the gun a little bit by passing the torch to someone else already when we haven't even we've gotten T'Challa as a character, for sure, but we never we haven't just had him as like a central character in the MCU yet. Like I don't like the fact that Falcon became Captain America. Yeah, that was that was a long time. Like it was for sure coming because Captain America's been around for a while and it's kind of been established. But I think T'Challa, it's kind of like it's only being they're being forced only because and it's really a sad situation. I'm really sad about it too. Chadwick like not being in it anymore, and if they recasted, saying that we'll honor the legacy of Chadwick Boseman and we'll try to do the best we can in that character, then I think that would be the best way to go about it. But I guess they have their own way of doing it, and we'll see how it goes. I just don't think it's
gonna get
the way
it's gonna
that they
get flack.
should go.
It's gonna get flack either way.
Yeah, either
Like,
I
there's
guess.
there's no like one right way to do it. Like you gotta like cast it perfectly, and then you gotta do the movie perfectly, and then you gotta make
Honor.
the homage.
Yeah.
You gotta
You
make
have
the
to
honor
honor.
of the movie
Yeah.
perfectly. Like one of those threes is gonna get messed up, and it's gonna implode just from that one thing.
Yeah, but
So,
what do you guys?
it's
So
really
what?
hard.
Yeah, for you guys, like let's say you were Kevin Feige, like if you're Kevin
I'm on
Feige,
board with recasting it. But like I said, you'd have to really hit home with how you want to tribute the movie.
and Chadwick
Like
in general,
how you pass the torch is the bigger question here. It's just how.
right?
How are you gonna do it? Like if you
I
do
mean,
that correctly, then you can take any other criticism.
Yeah, I don't know how. I can't give an answer to that
yeah,
because it's
that's
it's
what it is.
like I don't know, the way you guys are talking is killing the vibe right now because it's true. It's true though.
It's
Like
fine,
everything you're
man.
saying is all good points. Like it's true. Like I don't know how because I do want to honor Chadwick.
Did you
Like
say, wait,
recasting is an option. All those different things.
what is Jan saying? Boomer T or Booker T? Like, do you want Booker T to be in Black Panther or
Okay, here
something?
you are bringing wrestling into the episode every single time with no
Jan brought it
context.
up. I didn't bring it up. He said Boomer T. I was like, are you mentioning Booker T? Dude, the K is pretty close to the M. I'm just saying.
Booker T. Dang.
Oh man,
Black
can you
Panther
dig
pull
it?
up a scissors
Sucker!
king.
Oh man.
Uh,
All right. So Electro.
No, we talked about Electro.
All right. I don't know what else to bring up. We can just end it here if anything. Is there anything else you guys want to bring up?
We're not gonna rate it then. Shoot, we'll save it.
Oh shoot, yeah, I forgot we were rating it in the first place. All right, so what's the? I'll indulge in Cream a little bit. I guess we'll do the Jan's play. Okay, so we'll do it this way. Okay,
No, your place is not bad.
shut the fuck up. Okay, we're watching IMAX. IMAX is the top tier.
no, I was
Aaron?
gonna say like there's a tier above IMAX.
What?
Watching it again.
I watched it twice in IMAX. Watch it twice in IMAX?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, I guess.
I'll spend $36, baby. Let's go. Watching it twice in IMAX.
I
I mean, unless
spent
you have a Premiere and all that
Yeah.
crap, but watch it twice in IMAX.
just
watch
do
it.
1 out of 10. Make it simple. One out of 10.
Fine. I'll figure this out soon.
We'll get something established.
All right. So 1 out of Aaron, you could go first. 1 out of 10, since you watch it like 3 times.
I'll give it a 9. Just we talked about it so much already. I'll give it a 9. Like,
Damn, really?
yeah, it's up there.
That's pretty high actually. Yeah. Yo, quick, who y'all think are disguised as characters, but originally they are Skrulls all along the MCU? Man, I don't know. Probably
what,
just Nick Fury.
That's what the Marvels are for.
Hey, man, I
the
appreciate
movie.
you, jumping in the conversation, man. I really appreciate you. I hope you come
We
back.
need to have you on the cast.
We need to have you. We need to have you. For real, dude. Thank you for like chiming in with us and having a conversation with us. But I guess I would put it around 8. Shit, I put Spider-Man 2 like around 9.5. I'll get it 8.5. 8.5. I'll put 8.5 for this one. Because if I was to rank it, it'd be Spider-Man 2 Into the Spider-Verse, and then I'll put this under that, I guess.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. There. I'll put it there, even though like it might change. I'm just saying right now that's where I'll put it.
Okay.
I'll go with Aaron. I'll put it at a 9. But like I'd really have to put this above into the universe.
Into the the multiverse.
Yeah, I'm putting this above it.
Oh, okay.
So, like, 1, 2,
All right.
3,
So top 3 for you is Into the Spider-Verse. Oh wait, what was it?
No Way Home.
I would say in no particular order.
Okay.
Into the Spider-Verse, No Way Home, and I would say it's a toss-up between the first and the second Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. That's the only thing I'm trying to figure out right now.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
kind of on the same boat with Aaron.
No, I
But I'd lean towards like 2.
2 for me. Just, like no contest. Like Spider-Man 2 is the best. Raindrops keep falling on my head.
But one is really helped out by, or like like I like No Way Home's like because of Green Goblin, and that's why like 1 is up there.
Oh man.
Like because when you watch it again, it's like, damn, this is.
What about
where it
part
started.
3? Do you remember? Like, where would you put part 3, Toby?
It's like on the bottom.
What?
We don't
No
talk
way,
about
dude. Like, I feel like the more I rewatch that, the more I appreciate it. Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 3.
Sure.
Dude, that whole song, the MJ song is stuck in my head right now, actually. It's playing in my head. They say that falling in love.
What a shame.
You know what I'm talking about in the fucking play? Oh
Uh,
man, I don't know. So Electro.
Bring
I don't know
it
why.
up.
I don't know why you're still doing that bit. That bit only lasted for like 10 minutes.
Anyways, okay. So
And with that said, Aaron,
Oh,
Aaron, do your
with
thing.
that said, wait, let me pull up my notes again.
Jesus, dude,
With that said, I don't know when you guys are closing it. You guys felt like you guys were talking some more.
we're closing it
But anyways,
now.
with that said, thank you for listening to Spit Talk Podcast. Catch us on our next episode. Follow us on Twitter at Spit Talk Podcast for any updates. Once again, we are Aaron, Jan, and Kyle. See you guys. Bye.
Bye.
bye.